And urine deserve it when I pump and run, cause they're price gouging.
Is that Todd Boner?
What the hell you doing, Boner?
Singing harmony part.
Well, this ain't Nelson. This ain't a Nelson tape. Let's play loud at the end.
Are the stars out tonight? I don't care if it's cloudy or bright, 'cause I'm blind.
It's the Bob and Tom Show. Well, the church burned down and no one knew what Pentecost Baptist was going to do. The Sunday brimstone got so dadgum hot it burned up a church bus in the parking lot. In a panic, the Reverend Dr. White called up an ex-member that hadn't lived right. He owned Joe's beer joint right across the fence. It's the same Joe's he preached against. He said, I don't really want to be a hypocrite. I got a Sunday school class about to have fits. We're all excited about Revival Week and been moved by the Spirit, so to speak. With all the souls we saved and money we spent, we thought God told us to sell that tent. I got a famous evangelist supposed to come and done run out of chairs. Will you loan us some? Joe said, hell, you can just use the whole dang place. Say 9 on the jukebox. Amazing Grace, I ain't supposed to be open because of them blue laws, but we'll open tonight if it's all right with y'all. Preacher said, well, I reckon that'd be okay. The good Lord works in mysterious ways. He's going to talk about Joshua, Judges, and Ruth, and I reckon I could do it from the DJ booth. At the First Baptist Bar and Grill. It's the only church in the Bible Belt that smells like a whiskey still. When the sinners finish one more round, we'll have dinner on the ground and go inside and hell pray we don't get killed. The evangelist came with a well-dressed choir. They showed up around happy hour, looked around the joint and didn't take it real well. Said the white ministry has gone to hell. Ms. Mills that taught youth Sunday school and 2 deacons in the back room shooting pool were sharing the Lord with a Jim Beam rep who was teaching Ms. Mills some line dance steps. Reverend White was reading from the book of Luke to a tall drunk trucker about to puke. He had John 3:16 memorized, trying to dry his ass out to get him baptized. The evangelist yelled about the lights in the beer. Said, White, you can't save any souls in here. This place ain't nothing but a den of sin. Ain't the kind of place Baptist ought to be in. Preacher said, well, we don't really need y'all here. You didn't do a very good job last year. Only saved 1 sinner. I was Todd McGuire's a little SOB that set my church on fire. Joe's beer joint has done been revived. Only been here an hour and I done saved 5. Sure, it's got mirrors and a big dance floor, but I finally found the flock God called me for. They're at the First Baptist Bar and Grill. It's the only church in the Bible Belt that smells like a whiskey still. Not a stained glass window anywhere in sight, just a blood-stained floor and neon lights and a communion wine, and here is always chill. We're here every Sunday, we're living large, the only church with a cover charge. And if you don't like our doctrine and think we ain't devout, we'll have our bouncer throw your butt out of the First Baptist Bar and Grill.
The one, the only Tim Wilson. How about you? It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Ladies.
Bob and Tom.
Hello, Christy.
Hi, chick.
Hello, Pat Godwin.
Hey, chick.
And if I could pause for a moment, everyone, look at Pat Godwin's monitor.
That is a crisp pressed shirt. What happened?
Sure is.
Is that not his color? Like an off-white, like an egg crew, like an eggshell?
It accentuates his tan.
Well, thank you.
And the gray stubble, everything. You're looking great.
Thank you.
How come it's all pressed and ironed? Where's this been for so long?
Well, there's a lady in my life now, so I do dry cleaning.
Oh!
It's not fresh off the floor anymore.
Aha.
Wow. Looking sharp.
Up my game a little bit.
She's not moved in already, has she?
No, I married her. She's going to move the next week.
Oh, okay.
Must be a Kim.
Yeah.
From what I understand, Pat, every girl crazy about a sharp-dressed man.
That's right.
That's great.
But you of course, told her Jimmy loves her, though, right?
Oh,
Your
yeah,
son.
yeah.
Yeah.
All love, all
Good
around.
introduction.
Yeah.
You got everybody. Oh,
There's Josh. There's Ace Cosby manning the track phone hotline hot phone. There's Willie Griswold.
Good morning.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold.
something that has never happened before on this show.
What?
Who's that sexy dirty voice?
Well, so much for that good mood.
With his joke of the day.
I bought a brand new colander yesterday.
Yeah.
You brought a brand new colander yesterday.
I learned something. Never yell into it. It'll strain your voice.
That was Ace Cosby's joke of the day.
I don't know why. Now, I'm not laughing, but I feel like I should be.
Should be rolling on the floor.
That's like the wordsmith, Ace Cosby.
So stupid.
You know, and I was thinking of Jar Jar Binks and George Orwell
Right?
Yeah.
this morning. That should be funnier than what it is, and I don't know why I didn't laugh.
That's a great joke.
That's because he...
You know, Chick, Jar Jar has a favorite soup when he goes out.
Oh, he
Jar,
does.
wait a minute. Jar Jar Binks has a favorite soup when he goes out. Really? What is it?
It's miso.
That was Ace Cosby's joke of the day.
Just a tick racist, but
Not if Ace tells it.
I think it's fine. I think it's fine if Ace tells it. Yeah.
I don't know why. I'm the only one, I guess. I thought Jar Jar Binks was hilarious. I thought those movies had gotten really flat, and Jar Jar added a certain...
You look for jokes in Schindler's List, okay? Stop.
No, I did. No, a little bit of warmth, a little bit of humanity.
But what do you mean the movies had gotten really flat? That was the first of the prequels to come out. And I don't think he was woked out. I think people thought the CGI was weird. I think people thought...
They have a big problem.
There
with
was a woke
CGI.
backlash regarding Jar Jar.
When it came out in 2001?
Yes,
Yeah,
but
there was.
most people just don't like him.
Yeah.
They did
So
have
the-
a problem with his accent. Yeah, they did.
very funny.
I just thought it was funny.
I plainly remember
those
that.
movies were so boring, and they'd have, they show
We're
the
not
Star
boring.
Wars, and they blow. I admit it.
Tom, you said something one time, and I do agree that at one point it was like watching Star Wars C-SPAN because they're just in some Senate
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, there's
going on
that.
and on and on. Let's have some shoot 'em outs. The original Star Wars, whatever number that was now, they've read the one with Harrison Ford and Princess Leia, that whole deal. The beauty of that one was it was just a Western.
Wasn't
Oh, yeah.
wasn't that the point where they had the Stanford professors in the movies for some reason, and they
Yeah,
and
it
they
was just
were
a
in
little
the,
dated. But see, Jar Jar was kind of funny. He was kind of cool. In any event, the famous Jar Jar. Can we recreate the original Jar Jar Binks showcase? I find it to be great because it's sort of about pop culture meets actual literary class. Don't you think? Give it a shot. Go ahead. Tell it again.
Well, you know, Jar Jar Binks had a famous brother who was a famous author.
Jar Jar Binks had a brother who was a famous author. Really?
Yeah, his name was George Orwell.
I give up.
George Orwell.
I remember now. I remember now why I didn't laugh.
George Orwell. You see, that's
George Orwell.
There you go. We have been besieged here.
Yeah.
We have more than 1,000 phrases from Grandma and Grandpa that you've been sending us, and God, I'm loving these. Once again, this is stuff that maybe your parents, maybe your grandma, maybe some old dude at work, whatever, said to you. Some of these sort of salty phrases that these are just so good. Here's one. Grandpa would say, "There's going to be a donkey barbecue when there was an ass chewing coming up."
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
There's going to be a donkey barbecue. How about this one? I was wondering about something, and my grandfather said, "You can wonder until a bluebird builds a nest in your ass. Then you wonder how that nest got there." What is this? What does that mean?
Well, at some point when he's reciting that, doesn't the grandchildren go, are we about done here? It seems a little wordy.
I don't know if I can say this one.
What is it?
Guy at work used to see a pretty lady and yell, "Man, I'd wear that like a gas mask."
I'd wear that. Like a gas mask.
Great. This one is of a similar. Yeah, I guess. Let's see. This old man would see a girl all, quote, dolled up.
Uh-huh.
And he would say, "She didn't get lips like that blowing on soup."
Really?
Thank you, Randy, for that one. Yeah,
Wow.
these are the best. I love the gas mask one. I love that. Save that. I'm collecting them over
Okay.
here. Coming up here in the Bob and Tom Show, we have a lot of interesting stuff today. How about at the sports desk? I haven't been keeping up. What's going on over there?
We've got more information. Well, sort of. The information is there's no more information on Deshaun Watson. He continues to practice with your Cleveland Browns.
Not anymore.
And the rumor is a decision is supposed to come by this Friday. So we will see what we will see. Maybe it'll be Jacoby Brissett under center, or maybe Watson won't be suspended right away. Either way, he does get to practice and play in preseason games.
Really?
Suspension or not, until the regular season starts. Then the suspension starts there. Cincinnati Bengals head coach Zach Taylor said that Joe Burrow had a successful appendectomy yesterday.
Wow.
Ooh.
Yeah, and also they had to perform a thumbectomy. They had to switch his thumbs.
Oh, wow.
Evidently because
That's interesting.
it'll help him throw the ball farther, I guess. And they asked him, this is incredibly visual, they asked him about, what did he reply after the surgery, Tom, when they switched his thumbs?
I give up.
No, he went like this.
Oh, I see. One's up, one's down.
One thumb's up, one thumb's down.
I see, okay.
Right? Is that
All right, very good.
anything?
No.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I've decided I'm going to start playing to the camera because they're my people.
I like that. I like that a lot.
That camera's been off for 2 years.
Welcome aboard. Thank you for joining us. We have some interesting stuff in the news. A very odd story about those, what do you call them, tube people? You know, the ones that are at the used car lot?
Oh, that flop around?
Yeah.
I recently
Wavy
heard
people?
sky dancers. Have you heard that before?
Oh, I like that.
Oh, is that
Yeah.
what they call them?
That's what some people call them.
That seems too feminine for me to use.
I first heard about them in Family Guy, where they're referred to as wacky, inflatable, arm flailing tube men, and I like that.
Well, they're in the news today in a weird kind of way. We have a revenge story.
Cornel West. That's his name.
It's Cornel West?
Yeah, he was in the Senate scene in one of the Star Wars movies.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, for absolutely no reason
Thank
other
you.
than it's Cornel West. I couldn't remember it. I couldn't figure out how to Google it.
Right.
What are you doing?
You mean
today?
the actual professor?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see.
Amazing guy.
I see. Is he socializing outer space? But right now, I
Yeah,
want to
see,
remind.
he thinks about people, Tom. He puts people in front of himself for a second. I know.
Napa is
Do you
on a
believe
mission.
what he's telling you people? Do you believe it? I'm playing to the camera.
Napa is on a mission to keep you in motion. That's right. Our friends at Napa Auto Parts. For almost a century, Napa has been known for having the quality parts and expert knowledge that you, the driver, need. Today, Napa helps drivers like you hit the road with great confidence because guess what? They've got 6,000 Napa Auto Parts stores and over 17,000 Napa Auto Care centers, meaning that you are never far from the quality products and trusted service that you can get at Napa. Keep that ride and keep yourself on the road. Your lifestyle depends on it. Visit NapaOnline.com to find a Napa location near you today. Our friends at Napa have what we call Napa know-how. Coming up, we have NFL news. Oh, murder hornets in the news again. Yeah, and a big news with Joey Chestnut. A little bit of a world record for Joey.
Oh.
It's coming up. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom.
That's how he really is. Mayer says he felt mischievous playing into the perception people had of him. Vengeance is in theaters on Friday. The producers of Jeopardy have decided there are two people going to take over the hosting position for Alex Trebek, Mayim Bialik and Kim Jennings. Producers report they'll continue to serve as permanent rotating hosts The rotation begins this new season in September. And the man who played Big Brother to the title character in the old school sitcom Leave It to Beaver has died. Tony Dow passed away yesterday at the age of 77. His death was announced by a rep in his family a day after a mistaken announcement was released saying he had died. No cause of death officially given, but Dow had been in hospice care after announcing in May he'd been diagnosed with prostate and bladder cancer. Tony Dow starred as Wally, brother to Beaver, played by Jerry Mathers. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show on the way.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Comedian Jeff Rothpan here in the studio with us.
When I was a kid, all these other kids got to go to the Barnum and Bailey Circus, and I remember begging my dad, please, I want to go. All the other kids are going. He said, no, we just can't afford it. Tickets are expensive. He ended up taking us to this Bob Circus. It was actually called, no, this is true.
Bob Circus.
Yeah, and it was in a mall parking lot. And what a difference. I remember the guy yelling, and now huge midgets. What the hell is that? Oh, yeah, there was just one after another. The bearded man. I think they actually had the talking mute. Hi! Man, what the hell is this?
How does he do it?
He's amazing. He's a mute, yet he speaks.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
My fiance and I have been together for over 4 years. I love her so much, but I have a lot more sexual experience than she does because of her Catholic upbringing. I have brought up the idea of sharing her with another guy or sending her off to go have sex with someone else.
Sending her off,
You know, like you would with a dog to train her. When you get a...
All right, first off, every Catholic girl I've ever been with has been way more experienced than I was.
Oh, yeah.
I believe
that is a misnomer.
I believe the phrase you use is, where did you learn that?
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, this is Augie Smith. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
The next time you're traveling, don't forget about the historical and beautiful state of Illinois. Catch a Cubs game at Wrigley Field in Chicago. Hit a riverboat casino in Peoria. And make sure you visit the charming community of Effingham, Illinois, where Interstate 70 meets the Little Wabash River.
And whenever you're in Effingham, visit the Effing House Family Restaurant.
Founded in 1854 by the corpulent railroad magnate Colonel Harry S. Effing, the Effing House Family Restaurant is one of America's oldest and finest dining establishments.
Start your day with the delicious effing country breakfast featuring an effing omelet with toast, grits, and a big effing beverage of your choice.
Or try our BED, the Big Effing Deal. Once again this week, it's effing ham and eggs.
For lunch, try the huge effing burger. And fried in a rich butter sauce mixed with big effing egg yolks, we call it the effing heart attack.
It's an effing experience you'll never forget. And what about dinner?
Juicy effing steaks with fresh effing veggies and a creme brulee that's effing out of this effing world. Or go effing nuts with a hot fudge sundae.
How would you rate the Effing House Family Restaurant?
It was the best effing experience of my life.
Rate this place? Well, I wouldn't give it a B. I wouldn't even give it a C because it's effing A.
In Effingham, Illinois, it's the Effing House Family Restaurant. You'll have an effing good time.
Hello. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. This has been Chick McGee speaking.
You know you're too high when you're eating cereal naked and your girlfriend tells you to put some clothes on. You realize it's not your girlfriend. It's just a woman on a bus. That's how you know you're too high.
Essential Morning Radio. All day and all night.
Some like bug, some like shrimps, but for me, it's
Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hello, everybody.
There's Pat Godwin.
Hello.
In his swell new shirt in the performance room.
Why, thank you.
There's Josh Arnold.
Hey, chick.
At the sidekick chair.
She bought it for you, didn't she?
Of course.
Yeah.
Earlier this morning, Josh Arnold was sitting off mic but he was reading a magazine. He looked like he was in a doctor's office waiting for his appointment.
In 1984.
Well, with a magazine. Well,
You been to a doctor's office lately?
Some of them still have magazines.
some of them still have magazines.
I prefer not having the magazines.
My doctor has a
What are you here for? Oh, a bubonic plague.
Oh, good.
Can I have your highlights for children? The one you just sneezed on?
There's Ace Cosby. There's Willie Griswold.
Morning.
And, of course, I am... Oh, wait a minute. Hold it.
How did this happen?
35 years ago today, this song was released.
Really?
I like his voice. I like everything about this.
Sure.
I
like that
his hair.
chugging away, that drum sound.
Yeah.
It's
Energy, yeah.
Well, nice to celebrate something early in the day. Joey Chestnut was celebrating something. I'm not sure if this is a sports story or a news story, but we'll hear about Mr. Chestnut celebrating, what is it, International Chicken Finger Day?
Yeah, that's a sports
It's a combination
story.
sports news, so it's a snooze story.
Okay.
Oh, no, wait, that doesn't really mean.
Hey, Willie, what do you call it if you have a knot on your chest?
I don't know. What do you call it?
It's a chestnut.
There's a class. What do you have when you have nuts on a wall?
Walnut.
What do you have? You have nuts on your chest.
Chestnuts.
What do you have if you have nuts on your chin? Well, you've got it in your mouth.
Oh, boy.
You've never heard that?
Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah. That's one way to do it.
Once again, we are talking about things your grandfather said or grandma. Oh, God, I just love these so much. I read this one earlier, but I just like it. Grandpa would say, she's all dolled up, and then say, she didn't get lips like that blowing on soup. See, this Grandma and Grandpa know a lot more than you think. I've got a stack of these. Thank you so much for sending them.
I'm guessing if someone blew on your soup, you wouldn't eat it because of the germs. Is that right? Even your significant other?
No, of course I would. But you remember the whole thing a few years ago about birthday parties?
Yeah.
And you weren't supposed to blow in the candles.
And they had those plastic cake covers with holes in the top for the candles. Yeah.
God, that's
Or then the
sad.
cupcakes, you have one that the person could blow out. And
That's a good idea. That's not a bad idea.
What do you mean that's sad? That sounds like exactly something you would be backing.
No, I think just something.
I think that's a
birthday cake tradition is fun, but I can't deny the fact that I do love cupcakes.
Sure.
The birthday cake tradition, huh?
Especially they make them now. The cupcakes are the size you can hardly lift them.
Yeah.
You kind of need a knife and fork.
Yeah.
You ever get the cupcake? They take out some of the cupcake, put more frosting inside the cupcake.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing wrong with that, my friend.
I prefer the cake part of the cupcake.
I do too. I'm not a frosting person.
Isn't that, yeah.
I'm sort of
with
a frosting
Josh.
gal.
Well, now coming up, we have. I literally have 100 of these in front of me, of things that Grandma and Grandpa said. So here's just a sample of one. There's nothing sexy about this or mean. Grandpa would say, "That guy's as sharp as a bowling ball."
Love it. Oh boy, I love these.
I'm going to have to go through some. I can't just sort of read them at random. Some of them are a little bit salty, if you will. A lot of them have some foul language in them.
Many have foul language, yes.
This one, I got this one yesterday. Grandpa would say, "Boy, you could screw up a 2-car funeral." Christy, would you explain that to me again? You thought you understood it?
Well, there's only 2 cars in the funeral. There's the hearse, and then there's the car with the family. So obviously one goes before the other, but there's not another long string of cars, so you can't screw that up.
I don't think it would be a problem to say, boy, you could screw up a 2-car funeral procession.
Yeah, maybe that's a better way of saying it.
That's a sad funeral. Guy has no friends.
Well, maybe he was the last to go.
That's true.
Run out of friends.
I'll never forget the time my grandpa looked at my dad and goes, "Man, all my friends are dead."
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really interesting. Not very funny. Oh, wait a minute.
Okay, here we go. Aaron wrote, "My grandfather would always say when he went out in public, if stupid could fly, this place would be an airport." Okay, that's just fantastic. That is great. Now, we have a lot to get to here.
I almost don't, that folksy wisdom. It has its place, certainly, but if you're having problems and you're trying to get an answer from somebody, you don't, hey, think of Lorraine? Well, eventually. All right, just give me the weather forecast, will you? One of those deals.
But I think the point of a lot of it is don't sweat the small stuff. So
Sure.
you're kind of going, hey, this is going to pass. Everything will be all right. That's what that worrying one is about.
Now, help me with this one. When we were little, and would stay over at her house, this must be Mom, she would say, be sure to wash as far down as possible, then wash as far up as possible, then wash possible.
Talking about the naughty parts.
Do you have boy, who am I asking? You have a system probably in the shower, right?
Uh-huh.
I'll share mine. I brush my teeth.
Right.
In the shower?
Oh, absolutely.
Hate that.
That's what Tom and I are.
What?
No.
What are you working with? You got an electric toothbrush?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
With the little battery inside.
Yeah, that's
okay.
right.
That's what you got.
Then I set that aside. Then I put shampoo. And then
Do you leave it in for a while?
I rinse my shampoo, and then I put my conditioner in.
Of course.
And then
now, when you shampoo, do you leave it in kind of like a Harpo Marx?
Why would you do that?
Like slick back, like Gordon Gekko. That's the only way you can do it.
Do you
Put
condition
shampoo in
your beard?
I take whatever's left from my head and rub it on my beard.
Okay.
And then I wash my...
The water's running, of course.
Yes.
No, it takes a dry shower. Thanks, Pat. Yeah.
Well, I thought this was going to be humorous. Oh, wait a minute. Hold it. Will you let me? And then I wash my body with my body wash. I mix scents because Queen Bee told me to.
Do you have a
Smells
washcloth?
good.
Washcloth?
I do have a washcloth.
Now, do you have it sort of geographically planned so that the washcloth is not used in the gluteal cleft until the very end?
I don't know what you're working with, but I wash that as well.
I know, but isn't that has to be last?
Yeah, certainly. And then I rinse out the washcloth.
Yeah, because you don't want to buff,
Well, of course.
buff the gluteal cleft and then use it as a face wash. E. coli for breakfast.
Not going in there filthy.
I think my shower's out of control, though, because I have too many body washes. I've got, because him, your son, we bonded with Molten Brown, the single greatest body wash in the history of the world.
I use Ivory soap like a man.
No, that's not a man thing.
Sure it is.
No, it's a baby thing.
What is that? What's that? It's smelling good? It's you got to be a real man.
No, it's just soap.
Doesn't that dry out?
And then I rinse
it does dry out.
Is that your system, top to bottom, right?
I shave in the shower also.
Yeah, but you don't. Do you shave every day?
Yeah, in the shower I just.
I don't shave it. You shave every day?
You don't. You have a beard.
No.
But both of you guys have a full beard.
I shave this down here, though.
I shave every day in the shower.
But 3 or 4 days.
Okay, well, let's move on. Christy, do you shave your legs in the shower?
Yes.
Well, if it's a happy day, right?
If it's a date day.
And do you use shaving foam?
No. I use the razor head that has the foam or the stuff already on it.
Kind of a gel.
Intuition. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
I like it very much. And I use Neutrogena oil. There's like a Neutrogena bath oil.
You see the new product? They have Neutrogena.
Have you used that yet?
Kind of a rehab.
Keeps your gina healthy.
Nothing wrong with my gina. Thank you very much.
Well, we're not saying that. It's because you use Neutrogena.
Maintenance and moisture.
Ladies, does your gina feel run down? Maybe it needs more energy.
So once again, be sure to wash. This is Grandma saying,
shampoo.
Be sure to wash as far down as possible, then as far up as possible, then wash possible.
She's saying cover all the bases.
And she's saying do the dirty parts last.
Exactly.
Yes,
So
like what we just talked about.
Okay.
Wow, check your body wash is expensive.
Yeah, but it's 30% off right now.
It's the best of the best for Chick McGee. Are you kidding me? This guy smells
I learned that from Oprah. If it touches my body, I'm gonna splurge. I'm gonna
Nice
treat
sheets.
myself.
This guy's walking
Sheets,
around.
towels.
Smells like English sea salt and fennel.
You're damn right. Where
Which
can
one
you
do
get
you
that?
get?
I get the anything with rose in it. I like the rose scents. I like rose. I like to smell like a rose.
How many towels do you use?
Just the one.
Is it fresh and clean?
No.
So you'll use yesterday's towel?
Yeah, like three or four days I get clean.
E. coli's had time to gestate, turned into spirochetes.
Yeah,
who's healthiest in this room?
If a couple I see green stuff that's taking root on the towel, then I'll change.
Fresh towel every morning.
Oh my God!
And then that towel after you use it goes on the floor, right?
No. That used to be the system. Now it just goes straight into the washing machine.
Oh, not in the hamper. So
There's no
does he
hamper. No, right in the wash.
Mildewy.
There's
Okay.
wash going right now at my house.
Of course there is.
No, I'm sorry. We have to get back to the sports page. What did we miss?
Well, that's what I was trying to
avoid.
After 34 days and more than 2,400 nautical miles, 4 female rowers made history earlier this week by wrapping up their journey rowing from California to Hawaii.
Wow.
In record time. Libby Costello, Sophia Dennis Johnston, Brooke Downs, and Adrienne Smith were a little wobbly when they got off the boat, but they couldn't stop smiling as they were greeted by lays and hundreds of cheering fans, or Mukalukalakalakananas is what they call them in the islands. They began the Great Pacific Race in San Francisco on June 21st and finished in Honolulu on July 26th.
Yikes.
And now here's some sound recorded from the boat in the middle of the ocean.
You're not rowing. I don't understand why you're not.
I am rowing. If you would row over there a little better.
I'm looking at my boyfriend. I don't understand.
Do all 4 row at the same time?
No, their system was they rowed for 2 hours and then they took breaks. So one rowed for 2 hours, one slept for an hour, one rowed, so on and so forth. Yeah.
So there were 2 rowing at all times?
No, 1 rowing at all times.
Wow.
1 all times.
That's got to be hard.
Yeah.
Yikes.
This was a race, so there were other.
Well, they were just trying to set a new time.
Okay.
There wasn't somebody
Race
else
against time and nature.
That would be brutal.
The full trip took 34 days, 14 hours, 11 minutes.
You suppose they had speakers and were listening to some pretty cool music or podcasts?
Oh, you'd have to, I would think. Yeah. A solar charger probably out there.
Mm-hmm. Could you get a signal out there? I guess you could download them all.
No, you'd have to download them.
Download them. They have many fine portable speakers out there.
They're making a movie out of this.
Oh, yeah?
Life of Pies.
All right.
Or women, you say.
Yeah, ladies. Well done. How about this? Grandpa. If he saw me talking to a nice-looking girl, he'd say, "Take her out on a date. You might get some honey on your stinger."
Nice.
Wow.
Thank you, Daryl in Eldora, Iowa.
I've heard mud for your turtle.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
I think that's...
Is that something else?
I think that's...
It's a birthday date, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, birthday
Yeah,
date.
honey on your stinger, I think, is the front naughty, I think.
Oh, boy.
Okay. How about this one? It's hotter than a hooker's doorknob on nickel night.
A lot of hands have been touching that doorknob.
What a whole nickel night.
Hotter than a hooker's
Why
doorknob
would she have
on
nickel night?
On nickel night. I don't know, but
That's got to be an old saying.
remember the Cleveland Indians did nickel beer, so
It was just a nickel?
okay.
Hey, this is an email, How Tom Ruined My Life.
Oh.
We'll do that every now and then from time to time. Dear fellas, and Christy, I'm a truck driver. More specifically, I haul fuel to gas stations.
Wow.
Today, I was delivering to a gas station, and an armored car pulled into the store to do what they do, of course. And all I could do was laugh and look like a complete idiot. Everyone that was buying gas was just looking at me in confusion.
Because my policy is.
And I realized, dang you, Tom. Dang you.
Yeah, if I see the Brinks truck, I don't go in.
Yeah, we know.
And if I see the big truck gassing up the pumps, I certainly appreciate it, but I don't want to be there. I've seen enough of those movies with Arnold Schwarzenegger where that thing blows up.
Keyword, movies.
Movies.
Okay. Well,
Doesn't happen in real life.
Yeah, it'll happen one of these days. You go, oh, there you go.
Oh, boy.
I'll be okay. Did you buy your lottery ticket yet?
Not yet.
Oh.
Yeah,
I need to do that, too.
Tomorrow night? Yeah.
I got to do that.
When can you start buying those online so you don't have to go to that weird part of the grocery store where it's like that bright counter where all that happens is lottery ticket sales
and cigarettes.
Something else.
Energy drinks.
Yeah, I don't care for it.
You don't like the fun part of the grocery store?
That's not a fun part at all.
Oh, you go there.
The big office part?
Oh, yeah, it's a good time. There's a little tax accountant there with the little glasses on. That little person.
Someone's always on break. Yeah, I know that one.
Yeah. Yeah. Rarely in a good mood. It's not a fun counter.
Would you
to.
be?
Hey, I made decisions in my life that didn't put me in that counter.
Okay. Here we go. This comes to us from David.
Boy, they're waiting for you today, pal.
My grandfather would say, referring to something that would be unattractive, say, perhaps, that's uglier than a scab on a baboon's ass.
Oh, my gosh, that would be ugly. Yeah.
Ugh. And you know they got them.
Why?
Well, because they scrape around and they no hair on the butt.
I hate monkeys.
You hate monkeys?
I do. I'm not a fan of monkeys.
Monkeys are in the news today.
Okay.
We've got the monkey pox, of course, but we have the macaque.
I would rather have monkeypox than hold a monkey.
Really? Whoa.
Yes,
Have you seen the monkeypox? The lesions? Yeah, the bumps that come out on your skin?
Really.
No, you wouldn't want that.
It's no good.
I'm not worried about it.
It's taken off. We do have monkeys in the news, and if you know those famous pictures of the monkeys, sort of in the kind of those hot springs.
You mean?
Oh, sure, yeah.
You've seen those?
Sometimes they hug each other.
Yeah. Exactly.
You don't mean the monkeys on TV, right?
What?
Well, Peter Tork. And
No,
Mike
I mean
Nesmith,
the animals,
David
the
Jones.
macaques.
No, he doesn't, and you knew he didn't.
The macaques.
I did.
And they're the ones that they're famously seen in the hot springs, like kicking back, like they're on vacation. They're the ones that are causing the problem right now.
The monkeypox?
No, not the
No,
monkeypox.
they're attacking a lot of people.
Leisurely monkeys?
Well,
monkeys on vacation.
They're getting upset. We'll find out about the monkeys coming up. Also, murder hornets, great white sharks in the news today. Loch Ness Monster update, Josh.
Oh, yeah? Some new compelling evidence?
Yeah.
You'll be pleasantly surprised, I think.
Wow.
It was an elephant. It's an elephant with his trunk out of the water.
And an emu attack. But right now, we return to the sports. But just give me the teaser. What have you got?
We had another game in the Subway Series between the New York Mets and the New York Yankees.
Those are always fun, right?
Yeah, and one of the teams leads 2-0. So if you know who won the first night, then you'll know who won last night. And the first time...
I'm going to say New York.
Mets and the Yankees have played, and they're both clean and clear in first place in their divisions. And, we'll talk about Joey Chestnut coming up.
Okay, Joey.
Hey, what do you have when you have a nut on your chest? Oh, never mind. I'm sorry.
Chestnut?
That's right.
Chestnut, that's right.
What if you have... Wait a minute.
What if you have a nut on your... What if you have nuts on your wall?
Walnuts.
That's right. What if you have nuts on your chin?
Hey.
Well, you got it in your mouth.
Just that simple. Go ahead. If you're ever in that position, just check and see.
Isn't there a baseball joke about that?
What do you do with a rhino with 3 balls?
Some like more balls on the chin than Yogi Berra.
Yeah, you're right.
For catching. Right now, I want to talk about life. It's full of twists and turns, and it's important to show up for yourself. That's where BetterHelp Online Therapy comes in. They can assess your needs and match you with your own licensed professional therapist in less than 48 hours. And if you have to switch it around, maybe that one's not working out, they will help you do that as well. BetterHelp is not a crisis line. It's not self-help. It's professional therapy done securely online, available to you wherever you are. You can do it with a video session or a phone session. You don't have to be on camera if you don't want to. And getting therapy every week is as easy as a few clicks on your laptop or phone. With therapy, it can take a few tries to find the right fit for you. BetterHelp makes it easy and free to change therapists if needed. It's affordable, more affordable than traditional offline therapy. Financial aid is available. Get the details and read the reviews by going to betterhelp.com/reviews. Special offer for Bob and Tom Show listeners, by the way. Get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/BTShow. 10% off your first month of online therapy at betterhelp.com/BTShow. That's betterhelp.com/BTShow. Coming up, we've got more things that Grandpa said.
And Tom, what Chick was referring to earlier is, what do you do with an elephant with 3 balls?
What?
You walk him and pitch to the rhino.
Thank you very much. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Got a comment? Our email is bobandtom@bobandtom.com. More Bob and Tom next. State law.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Comedian Jim Gaffigan joins us in the studio, a family man, a clean liver. Now, when you're on stage, Jim, you don't do a blue kind of show, do you?
I'm very clean and kind of, I talk about cake for like an hour because, cake's an important topic.
Cake, tell me about cake.
Well, there's a lot of different. Cake's a powerful food. Cake can actually bring people together. It's Bill's birthday. Yeah, I hate that guy. There's cake in the conference room. Well, I should say hello.
Who am I to pass judgment on him?
It's his big day. There's so many types of cake. There's rum cake, which makes sense because we've all been eating cake and thought, this needs booze. Shot of liquor. I don't have time to eat and drink. There's fruit cake. That's a bit of a disappointment.
Oh, yeah.
You'd think that would be better. Fruit, good.
Right.
Cake, great.
Right.
Fruit cake, nasty crap.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah. Have you tried fruit cake? I don't even think that's fruit in there. You're like, when is that, a Skittle?
Hey, this is Larry the Cable Guy, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Boy, better get up, get some exercise.
Hey, thanks so much for listening to the Bob and Tom Show this morning. Remember, you can catch any part of the show on our YouTube channel. What? You guys have a YouTube channel? That's right. You can stream the show live each morning as well, if I can talk. Just go to YouTube and search the Bob and Tom Show. Hey, wait a second, that's us. And you're listening to the show this morning on Bob and Tom 24/7, a special Thursday edition of Jess Hooker. She'll be in Hooker the Cooker. I've not heard rumors of what might be in the kitchen, but whatever Jess is cooking, it's going to be good. Also, our West Coast Mountain correspondent, Al Jackson, with a quiz for Tom. That's all coming up right here on Bob and Tom 24/7. Good morning, I'm Mark Allison with things you may have missed. Usually on a quiz show, there's only one right answer to a question, but the producers of Jeopardy have decided there are two correct answers to a question people have been asking since Alex Trebek died in 2020. Who should take over as host of the show? Well, the dual answer now, Mayim Bialik and Ken Jennings. Producers say they'll continue to serve as permanent rotating hosts. An announcement made by Jeopardy executive producer Michael Davies says Bialik and Jennings give the show two outstanding hosts with their own fan bases who can attract new fans and hold on to traditional viewers of the game show. The rotation between the two will begin with the new season in September. They both have signed contracts agreeing to the deal, and we have two new hosts of Jeopardy. Congratulations to them both. In other news, the Federal Reserve on Wednesday raised its benchmark interest rate by a hefty 0.75 point for a second straight time in its most aggressive drive in more than 3 decades to try to tame high inflation. The Fed's move will raise its key rate, which affects many consumer and business loans, to a range of 2.25% to 2.5%, its highest level since 2018. Chairman Jerome Powell gave mixed signals about the Fed's next moves. And that's a look at things you may have missed. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Hey man, it's Donnie Baker, and the fact remains there's nothing better than being a VIP. And I don't mean like his dudes on Pervert Rabbit Xanadu's. I'm talking about a Bob and Tom VIP. Best thing, you'll never miss another minute of the show. I swear to God, you can hear the show here in the morning, and then cause you're a Bob and Tom VIP, you'll get the podcast of the entire show, a 12-month library of podcasts, hundreds of Bob and Tom comedy tapes, and a 60-day video archive of the show. Bob and Tom VIP. You have to get it. It's state law.
Essential morning radio. All day and all night.
You might as well shoot me when the beer runs out.
Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7.
Before we go, yeah, thought I'd tell you the true story of Susie Suzuki and Sam Samurai.
Now, this is the true story.
Yeah.
Okay.
As told by yours truly,
Tom Whiskey, Frontier Doctor.
Yeah, good morning. Well, I never will forget it. Susie Suzuki had to get married at a very young age.
Yep.
She was impregnated by her husband, Hyaston. She never really liked Hyaston, but they had 12 children. Hyaston up and died, and Susie remarried.
Uh-huh.
I'll tell you, it was really something because she married her true love, Sam Samurai.
Oh, touching.
Yep. With Sam, she had 12 more children.
Wow.
Well, finally, after many years, Susie died.
I wonder why.
I'll never forget it. I was standing right next to her at the funeral home. Well, next to her body.
Mm-hmm.
Two little old ladies were staring down at Susie with tears in their eyes, and the first little old lady said, well, they're finally together. The second little old lady said, who, Susie and her first husband? Or Susie and Sam Samurai? No, neither. Her legs.
Hey man, this is Donnie Baker, and this is Bob and Tom 24/7. I swear to God it is. That's like all day and most of the night.
Essential Morning Radio. All day and all night. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
On the corner.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. At the news desk, it's Christy Lee.
Hey.
In the performance room, it's Pat Godwin.
Hi, Chick McGee.
Snapping his fingers in a musician-type way. Look at that.
I dig it, baby.
Yeah. There's Josh Arnold.
Hey, Chick.
There's Ace Cosby. Manning the track phone hotline hot phone. There's Willie Griswold.
Good morning.
And a beautiful short sleeve button up.
Thank you very much.
I can't do short sleeves. I don't, unless I'm at home by myself. I won't go out with short sleeves. I don't know why.
Really?
I don't know. Well, because here it's, I don't know.
Freezing.
17 degrees in the studio.
Yeah.
And I'm Chick, and here's Tom.
Me too. You never know.
Long sleeves?
Yeah.
I know.
Just got into an argument about that.
I'm getting weirder and weirder.
You got into an argument about your sleeves?
I don't like short sleeves.
With your lady?
Sorry.
You don't wear like a T-shirt at the beach?
Oh, T-shirt, yeah, maybe, but at the beach, no, I wear long so I can't get the sun. Let's just move forward
Didn't you
here.
see the picture Willie sent all of us? He was fully dressed in the water.
He looks like he's about to go skiing. He's head to toe, totally covered up.
Oh, I don't
Layers.
think I saw that one.
And a baseball cap?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I wear one of those big umbrella hats. Just keep that sun away. Pat Godwin.
Yes, sir.
Now, you just returned from Disney World.
Yeah.
With your son, and I know you had a great time. You were telling me all about the rides you went on.
Yeah, I'm scared of the rides, but I went on all of them that he wanted to go on.
How's your back?
It's good. It held up nice, even on Splash Mountain and Space Mountain.
Okay.
It did very well.
Everybody, remember him saying that.
Exactly. We have that on tape.
Now, well, tell
So
me,
next week, my back hurts. I can't come in.
did you get inspired while at Disney World, perhaps? To
Yeah, you want to hear something?
write some kind of a tribute?
My experience?
Yes.
Disney's a world of wonder and parking fees. It's a world of walking around in 97 degrees. There's so much there to do, but you wait in a queue. It's a long line after all. It's a long line after all. We should have gone in the fall. Summertime, it's hot as balls. It's a long line after all. It's a 2-hour wait for Space Mountain. I'm scared of roller coasters. They're no fun. But my son wants to ride. My poor bald spot is fried. It's a long line after all. The line is slowing to a crawl. Someone cut in, now there's a brawl. Let's cool off in the presidential hall where there's no line at all.
Thank you. All true. I was just at Disney World 3 or 4 weeks ago, and yikes!
Oh my gosh,
hot.
It is.
I was talking to one of the Disney people. Is there like an off season where you can come and there's no one here?
Oh, there are millions of hacks to Disney World.
Yeah. What'd they tell you?
No.
Yeah, I mean, it's always going to be.
It's crowded all the time.
Yeah. But more crowded at certain
with
Christmas and summer.
I think balanced school schedules have changed that. Yeah, so there are a lot of kids off of school different times of the year now.
Yeah, so
it's not predictable.
It's still fun. Had a great time.
It is.
But yeah, you gotta wear a cap.
Yeah,
I forgot
my
bald
cap.
spot is going to get fried. Now let's move forward here.
I'm in a tizzy.
About what, honey?
Well, I got an email and I forwarded it to Tom against my better judgment because I think he'll really enjoy it.
Okay.
I don't know if any of us will really enjoy it, but I'm sure, and Pat Godwin as well. I think he will enjoy it. It'll be a chance to bring back a song Pat wrote. Are you reading the email right now,
Oh, my
Tom?
gosh.
Yes, here we go.
Oh, this is great.
What?
You hear that joy in his voice? All of a sudden, it's worth it.
Yeah, this is fantastic. This is a song, Pat. You're going to need it. It's about corn.
Gotcha.
I just am seeing this for the first time. I'll read the headline. Corn on the curb is back, this time in western Sioux Falls, as stalk sprouts out of concrete.
No.
Now, Chick, can you read a little bit of this for us?
It's the return of the cob, or well, at least the stalk. 2 years after the city of Sioux Falls rallied behind an unexpected sign of hope, they said, residents have a new beacon of light sprouting from a crack in the street. A single stalk of corn is growing in front of a home in the concrete 5700 block of West Silver Valley Drive near Dunham Park in western Sioux Falls. The plant is just over a foot tall, and sun is shining again in the city. The second report of corn growing in unexpected places this week after a corn plant was found by a golfer at Elmwood Golf Course on Monday in a sand bunker. They're all over.
Do you think people are doing this on purpose now?
I'm not sure, but here's the original story from August 19th of 2020. It says a corn stalk growing through a crack in a Sioux Falls city sidewalk has been rescued. This is once again from the Argus Leader. The stalk was so popular, it even has its own Twitter account. It was dubbed the 57th Street Corn, a symbol of resiliency and hope during the pandemic. And they went to great lengths to preserve the corn stalk.
Yes.
And now they've got a new one. Well, that's great.
That's great.
Now, Pat, you wrote a tribute song to this famous transplanted corn stalk?
Yeah, I'm a little out of tune. It's a capo thing. Hold on there.
Okay. Well, while he does
I have petunias growing out of a crack in my driveway. Is that exciting?
Yeah.
I have some hairs growing out of the crack of my ass. Pat, you got a song about it?
I will in 10 minutes.
Well, you know who does have a song about it?
Oh, Ricky! Never gonna let you down. Never gonna run and desert you.
Have you seen the T-shirt that has the listing of the things that he will not do?
I love that.
Run around, check mark. Hurt you,
that's
check mark.
great. I haven't
Yeah,
seen
it's
it.
pretty good.
Pat, you ready to do your tribute
I think so,
to
yeah.
corn?
I was corn in a small town.
Yeah.
Growing in the sidewalk of a small town.
Yeah.
Came up to the concrete of a small town. A symbol of resiliency. Corn just can't be bested. Most parts of me can't be digested. Your turds are corn infested. Think about that before you eat me. Yeah. Come on. I might grow up to be hot cream corn. I could father a son and be popcorn. I might be fielder's sweet. Oh, corn can't be beat. I am king in the land of the free. And concrete can't bury me. Small town corn now. Small town corn. That's a small town corn.
Oh, that is great. Nice tribute. We apologize to our friend John Mellencamp, but that is.
Oh, I'm sure he laughs.
Johnny Cooper.
Johnny Cooper.
Good morning, Johnny Cooper.
Oh, I was listening to the song Cherry Bomb yesterday. God,
It's my favorite John Mellencamp song.
so great.
So good.
It is good.
Paper and Fire, and that other one's one I like.
Man, I love Cherry Bomb.
Lonely Old Night. Man, I love Lonely Old Night.
What are we doing? Let's just do old John all day.
Yeah, I miss you, John. Hope you're all right.
Wait a minute. Let's do some other stuff. We got coming up news about the James Webb Telescope, of course. Very excited about that. Murder hornets in the news. The Loch Ness Monster in the news. Sporting news involving the NFL. Is that correct? Joey Chestnut in the news. It's all happening. And maybe we'll get another song out of Mr. Godwin. Sounded good there, Pat.
Thank you.
With your nice, crisp new... Is that a brand new shirt?
Yeah, brand new.
Right out of the box?
Right. Well, it was on a rack.
I thought you sterilize everything. Oh no, is it short sleeves?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm out. Okay.
It's a good shirt, man.
No. You know
Leave
what
the guy
you know what
alone.
that shirt needs sleeves. That's what it needs.
I'm a long sleeve man too, so.
Okay,
This
well,
is
you
new
look
to me.
very nice today.
Thank you. Feel nice.
We'll hear
how
more
do you
from him and
explain the
everybody
shirt
else
you're
when we come
wearing?
back.
The girl bought it for me.
This is the Bob and Tom Show.
This is the Bob and Tom Show. Text us at 888-262-8661. More Bob and Tom next.
got some extra from the Bob and Tom Show.
Are you a computer geek?
No. I see. I didn't grow up with computers. That's why children have the advantage. They slip out the womb. They're born with a password.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you look at the ultrasound, you see the sex of the child whose internet provider is going to be.
So you're an email guy then?
Oh, no. Well, I check my email. I never get real emails. They're all junk. I got a junk box, and the junk box is like, look, we don't even have time to sort out this stuff. And it's all burn DVDs, lose weight, consolidate debt, and then be like young teen sluts, whores, triple X. Thousands of it. And then I got a weird one in the middle that says, do you need a birdhouse? And I actually got that. And I'm like, who's the birdhouse guy? And then every day I get this email. Jim, do you want to enlarge your penis?
Yep.
And how did I get on the small Willy email list? That is the real problem.
Hey, folks. Boom. It's me. And you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. That's 24 days and 7 hours. No, 27 days a week and 24 like the show with the guy who whispers all the time. It saves the world. And Bob and Tom 24/7. Hey, it won't blow up the world.
Hey, it won't blow up the world. Good morning, Mark Allison with you here, rolling through this Thursday, July 28th. It's been a fast month. It's been a fast year so far. But you can slow everything down by going to bobandtomstore.com. Look for those brand new Bob and Tom Show hats. If you're a trucker, let's go. Let's get the Bob and Tom Show hat on every trucker across the country. That'll be a lot of hats. Look around. There's a lot of trucks on the road. bobandtomstore.com is where you head. We've also got clothing, hoodies, hooded zips, collared work shirts, you name it. If you're a Bob and Tom Show fan, show your pride and wear our gear. That's right. Sizes in the clothing, small all the way up to 4X. Even 5XL. If we don't have your size, just check back. We're always restocking at bobandtomstore.com. And if you want to know what's brand new, just look in that upper left-hand corner for the new tab. Click, and there you can see the latest and greatest at bobandtomstore.com. Rolling through a Thursday, Jess Hooker and Al Jackson on the way.
Hey, everybody. Christy Lee with your Bob and Tom News Update. The Federal Reserve has raised its benchmark interest rate by a hefty 0.75 of a point, or a second straight time in its most aggressive drive in more than 3 decades to tame high inflation. The latest Fed move raises its key rate, which affects many consumer and business loans, to a range of 2.25% to 2.5%. That's the highest level since 2018. The scorching heat spell in the Pacific Northwest is expected to last longer than forecasters had initially predicted. That means parts of the normally temperate region remains on course to break heat wave duration records. David Bishop of the National Weather Service says his office in Portland predicts 100 or 101 degrees the rest of the week. Portland, by the way, hit 102 yesterday. Hey, you're looking for a big diamond? Well, look no further than what was pulled out of a mine in Angola. The pink diamond, a whopping 170 carats, and is being called the largest one of its kind, found in 300 years. The Lulo Rose, named after the mine that produced it, is more of a trend than a blip for this particular mine. The owner says they've already produced 2 of the largest diamonds ever found in Angola, including a 404-carat clear diamond. And that's going to make your hand hurt. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
Little ditty about Jack Bauer's plan to try and stop the nerve gas attack by the mean Russian men. Jack is hiding in the ductwork, crawling around. Then it pops up, pulls his gun, shouting, "Everybody down!" Jack is just trying to keep America free. But tell him a lie and he'll shoot your wife right in the knee. Gotta get the intel, no matter the cost. He gonna give the wet list to that German dude who was on Lost. Jack said, Chloe, upload them schematics to my PDA. Gonna put my jacket hood on, hold my breath and save the day. Jack said, oh yeah, life goes on long after they set off the nerve gas bomb. Oh yeah, I said life goes on long after Michelle, Tony and Edgar are gone. Little ditty about Jack Bauer's playing. Gonna whisper, then shout some, then whisper again. Curtis, where are you? Tell me about Mr. Cooper. Tell me about Mr. Cooper. Get in the chopper now. I said I wanted a cheeseburger.
Hi, fellas. This is Floyd Tucker, the over-the-road trucker. This is Bob and Tom's program, 24/7.
Hey, it's Roy Wood Jr. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Bob and Tom, all the time, in your ear.
Got some tickets.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Chrissy Lee at the news desk. There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hi, Chick.
There's Josh Arnold at the sidekick chair.
Hey, Chick.
There's Ace Cosby. Hey. Manning the track phone hotline. Hot phone. There's Willie Griswold.
Good morning.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold.
Right off the bat, totally off topic. We're going to get back to things your grandpa said and your grandma said in just a second. When's the last time you were driving in your car, doing your kind of preoccupied blah, 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 a song comes on, and you just crank it all the way?
Boy. Oh, yeah.
Like I said, it just happened to me yesterday.
What song?
It was the aforementioned John Mellencamp Cherry Bomb.
Oh, that's right.
It's Boys of Summer for me.
Oh, the Don Henley version?
Song kills me.
Okay.
The new Slipknot single came out, and I cranked that the other day.
Did you like it?
I love it.
Okay.
Can you hear them singing through the masks?
Sure.
When they recorded, did they have the masks on?
You know, I honestly don't know.
I have to look it up. Hang on.
Yeah.
Ace Cosby, last time you were in your car, you just all of a sudden you heard a song, you just blew up the radio.
It's been a long time.
Really?
Really?
Listen to sports.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you don't listen to a lot of music in the car.
Aren't you the music director of this radio station? just checking. Okay.
He hates me.
Okay.
What's it? It's from Thanks I'll Eat It Here, Lowell George. 2 Trains or something, I think's the name of it.
Oh, yeah.
That is good.
That's
Two
good.
Trains running on those.
Or I'm a Man, Spencer Davis. That's a good one.
Okay. Willie, last time you cranked it up, anything come to mind?
Honestly, nothing comes to mind immediately. I've been listening to the Future record that came out earlier in the summer, Very Loud. There's a song by this guy, Ram Riddles, that I turn up and listen to very loud, but nothing that's like come on the radio and I'm like, oh, that's the one.
Just thought
It almost happens every day for me. I love it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's the opposite of I used to call the Go Down the Ladder songs.
Oh.
I'd be painting a house, something would come on, and I'd go, nope, I don't care. I'm going all the way down the ladder to turn that one off.
That happened to me yesterday. I'm sorry. I know you guys are fans, but Bob Dylan, no.
I turned up a Bob Dylan song this morning.
No.
Which one? Yeah. Leopard Skin Pill Box Hat.
Great song.
It's so good.
Yeah, I turned up Hurricane.
Sure. You have to. Yeah.
I like, you got to sue somebody.
Turns out the guy was probably guilty and Bob Dylan.
But yeah, but it's still a good song.
No reason to muddy it up.
He was innocent. I guarantee it. He was played by Denzel Washington.
Pat Godwin.
Yes, sir.
What's the one you cranked up?
Well, I like Boys of Summer, but right now I'm on a James McMurtry kick.
Okay.
And why wouldn't you be?
Choctaw bingo.
Okay, good. Now,
No More Buffalo. That's a good one. You heard that one yet?
We have been asking for you to tell us what Grandpa may have said. And yikes, Grandpa, Grandma.
My father-in-law would say when it was raining hard, it's a toad strangler out there.
I've heard that.
Toad drowner, maybe.
That is a good one.
It is good.
How about this, Grandpa? He'd see a hot woman. Boy,
I love when grandpas see hot women.
This is from Adam C. He did a subject. Grandpa said, saw a particularly hot woman, and he said, I can't use all the language here, but one of the words starts with an F. I'd have her shadow in a gravel driveway.
That's one of the all-time greats.
I'd have her shadow in a I
yes.
Okay.
He's referring
That's
to
so
hot
funny.
that he would do her shadow on the
Yes,
driveway.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That drives home a point.
Yeah.
Carnal knowledge would be so.
This is from Rob in Grand Rapids. Of course, that's Michigan. And our some of the bylaws of the show, we have to read emails from Michigan.
That's right. Yeah.
He said, when I would hurt myself like a bruise or stub my toe, My grandpa would look at me and say, it'll feel better when it stops hurting.
I love ones like that.
That's one of those that you said it's just no help to the person at all.
I think I told you this before. My grandfather scared me, and I started crying. Fear. I was just terrified. I said, Grandpa, I think I hurt my arm up here, and I touched my forearm, and he started squeezing. He goes, Well, you know why that hurts. I go, no, why? He goes, well, you got a bone in there. I said, oh, my God, I got a bone in my arm. Yeah, I was an idiot.
Aw,
Not like now.
You were a kid.
When I was little, I asked my parents why my fingers were wrinkled after a bath, and they convinced me I had leprosy and didn't stop talking about it until I cried. And then once I was crying enough, they went, we're just kidding.
Wow.
Torture the kids. That's how comedians are made.
There's another topic. You ever make your kids cry in fear? Let's do it.
Just stick to this one.
Okay,
we got a topic going on. We're doing just fine.
Sorry.
Christy, do you know what this one means? This is from Grandpa. Just because there's snow in the mountain doesn't mean there's no fire in the furnace.
Yeah.
That's great.
Classic.
That's like that's something Kevin Costner would say on Yellowstone.
You're right.
Yeah.
My mother-in-law would say when she got flustered, hell's bells and panther piss.
I've heard hell's bells. I've never.
That second part I've never heard.
The addition of panther urine.
No, piss, she said.
Yeah, I think, Josh, I think you're very.
Do you know how when female dogs, evidently, when they eat a certain thing, when they urinate outside, they turn the grass yellow?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen this?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you think that happens with girl panthers in the forest? They turn like those big leaf plants yellow with their urine?
That's a weird thought.
It's a fair question.
You know they have. They got to go in the bathroom out there. And I bet there's a lot of urine comes out of a panther.
I have no doubt.
Oh, yeah. It's like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Here's another grandpa saying, I don't get this one. My grandfather used to say, well, if that don't cap the climax.
That's interesting.
So it's better than the...
Yeah, it beats even that.
Oh, it beats it? Or okay.
Because the climax is the cap, and so if you can... Yeah, it's like a double...
Okay. So
if that don't beat all, essentially.
Yeah, okay. All right. My dad would say when someone wasn't very bright, he's as useful as a fart in a mitten.
Mitten.
Sure who's got flatulence in their gloves.
Certainly not useful.
Seems like it. Here we go. My granddaddy, writes Ashley, would see someone doing what my grandmother called following the path to stupid. He would use the phrase, well, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him do calculus. Okay?
Yeah.
They're both very good. Thank you very much. We'd love to hear from you, Bob and Tom at bobandtom.com. We're getting some great things from Grandma and Grandpa and dads and moms, et cetera, et cetera. Now, what's happening at the sports desk?
Well, let me tell you. Here's what we have. Is this a
stupid world record?
Joey Chestnut devoured yet another food record. According to reports, the competitive eater ate 44 Raising Cane's chicken fingers in just 5 minutes.
Yikes.
Chestnut accomplished the feat at the chain's newest location in Vegas, Vegas, yesterday. It was National Chicken Finger Day. How did we miss this?
How did we miss that? I didn't know.
Man.
Sorry.
I've never had Raising Cane's.
Oh, it's so good.
I haven't either.
There's one in the parking lot of the Caravan down in Louisville. Oh, my gosh. Great food.
So this is going to compete with Chick-fil-A? Is that the idea?
It's been around for a while. I just have never had it, especially in the
I know it's
Southwest,
but it's a big franchise. But
yeah, I don't know do they have sandwiches or just chicken fingers?
I think it's just the sandwiches, but I'm sorry, just the chicken fingers. But I think you can get like a chicken finger sandwich almost.
How many did Joey eat?
44.
Have you been paying attention at all?
44 in 5 minutes. That can't be easy. That's got to be one of the tougher.
So that's what, 8.8 chicken hands?
And Tom,
oh my God.
If chickens have 5 fingers on them.
How many?
I don't think chickens have 4 fingers and a thumb.
Do you count the thumb?
Did he use a sauce?
Doesn't say, Christy.
I'm going to guess no.
Tom, the very generous owner of this franchise, he bought lottery tickets for all his employees, $100,000 worth.
Wow, cool.
Very generous.
Nice.
That's
owner.
great. Yeah, I've never been to a Raising Cane's, but
You see what Ace is doing.
You don't see what
He's trying to get you to buy him a lottery ticket.
How can you stay?
What?
I would have until we were trying to go around, have a little fun, and I asked what song he made. No, I listened to some.
Doobie Brothers, Blackwater.
Too late.
A rare misstep, Dubes.
No, it isn't. But
Now, will
it's also not a great
Raising Cane's be open on Sunday?
I think it is, yeah.
Yeah, they may not have the same sort of
regulation.
Well, you can really talk to death anything, can't you?
Yep.
I think it's an interesting.
I don't think it is. And it's not necessarily against Chick-fil-A. There's a lot of people out there sell good chicken fingers.
There's nothing like craving Chick-fil-A on a Sunday. That's a strong craving.
Yeah.
You can't have it.
Yep. That's what I'm talking about. Well, congratulations to our friend Joey Chestnut.
Yes.
Hope he never goes in that keto diet, whatever it is.
I think he kind of could, though.
Yeah. Hot dogs are on it.
Yeah.
Chicken fingers? Is it?
But he can't do the bun.
Right.
Oh, well, yeah, that's the thing. He's got that thing going on. It'd be very awkward inviting him over for dinner.
You think so?
You wouldn't know what to do.
It was awkward enough seeing him in the food court at an airport, and he's having a sandwich before he gets on his plane.
That poor guy.
He just don't want to walk up and go,
He just wants to eat a meal.
doing a little training.
Oh, I'll bet he gets that a lot.
Well, and I feel like most people you don't want to bug when they're eating, but he's the kind of guy you always see him when he's eating, so it wouldn't feel that weird to bug him when he's eating. It feel more natural, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's known for eating.
Exactly.
Is Gaviscon like a performance-enhancing drug for him? I'm not sure. Speaking of eating, you don't know. It's not about how much you eat, but it's about how good the food is. That's where HelloFresh comes in. It's all about the food. And HelloFresh has started their Taste of Summer special recipes.
A taste of summer.
Designed for the summer. And they've got more than 55 weekly options. How does it work? Well, the box arrives. They've done the shopping. They have put together special recipes. They've done the measuring. They give you the big cards with the pictures telling you how to put it together. Sometimes it's 5 minutes. Sometimes it's more, but it's fun. And you're going to be eating great restaurant quality food. Willie, what's the latest over there?
One of my favorites, the Southwest Beef Cavatappi. With poblano and smoky red pepper crema, HelloFresh is going to send you 14 ingredients. You put those together in 6 easy steps, and in just over a half hour, you have this delicious hearty pasta from our friends at HelloFresh.
It's real easy to use, too. You can skip weeks when you need to, change it up, change the protein, whatever you want to do with the HelloFresh app. And they're making it easier for you to start, and they want to give you a shot at something pretty cool. What I'm talking about are 16 free meals and 3 free gifts. Go to HelloFresh.com/BTShow16. Once again, HelloFresh.com/BTShow16. Try it out. You're going to like it. Your kids are going to clean their plates. You're going to love the food. Once again, the code is BTShow16. 16 free meals across 7 boxes. And 3 free gifts at HelloFresh.com/BTShow16. Coming up in sports, we have...
I'll find something. Never fear.
We have a reason to play this coming up.
Sex bomb, you're the sex bomb. You can't give it to me when I need to be turned on.
Sex bomb, sex bomb, sex bomb in the news. Yep, this is the Bob and Tom Show.
Good boy.
A successful appendectomy, but there is no timetable for his return to the field. Taylor says he doesn't expect the star quarterback to fall behind in practice. Major League Baseball yesterday, interleague action, Detroit, Milwaukee, Colorado, St. Louis, and the Mets all win. American League, your winners, the Angels, Oakland, Seattle, Cleveland, and Tampa Bay, your winners. And in the National League, Philly, the Dodgers, Arizona and the Reds win. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Bob and Tom 24/7. Not on air, online, all the time.
Bob and Tom, 24/7.
Yes, it's time now for another exciting episode.
Oh, no.
Of Murray Whiskey, Frontier Funeral Director.
Oh, no. My hero.
In this episode, Murray Whiskey has just gotten married. And he brings his beautiful new wife to their honeymoon room, their suite. They're getting undressed on their wedding night there. Murray Whiskey drops his trousers, throws them over to his new little bride. Just put those on. She looks at him incredulously. She says, go ahead, put them on. She puts on the trousers. She says, they're too big. I can't wear these. Murray Whiskey says, that's right. Remember that. I wear the pants in this family. Don't you ever forget that. She says, fine. She takes off her panties. She throws them over to Murray Whiskey. She says, you put those on. He tries. She says, you made me do it. You've got to do it. He says, okay. So he tries to get them on. Can't do it. He says, I can't even get these past my thighs. He says, I can't get into these panties. She says, yeah, and until you change your attitude, you're not going to either, partner.
A true tale from the Old West.
That concludes another exciting episode. Murray Whiskey, Frontier Pyromaniac over here. What are you lighting up the studio?
Yeah,
Bob?
this thing, it's not working. I'm sorry. Nothing. Just...
Brought to you by that new Japanese-Jewish restaurant, So Sue Me.
Thank you very much, Murray.
Thanks for listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hello, Bob and Tom Show.
And that's okay.
Hey, this is Rick from Edwardsburg. How you guys doing?
Hey, Great, Rick. How are you?
Oh, I couldn't be any better.
Yeah,
What'd you do to yourself, sir?
He couldn't be any better.
See?
What a great
A
attitude.
happy ending.
Yeah.
What happened to you, Rick?
Well, 3 years ago, I was pulling a case of beer off a shelf at the store.
I like this already.
Wait a minute.
So you dialed with your good arm.
Yeah, and I pulled out the ligaments in my elbow. So after cortisone shots and physical therapy later, 3 years, I'm still wearing a brace part-time.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Wait, did you spill the beer?
No, the beer was okay.
Okay, well, thank God.
But it's not your drinking arm, right?
Yeah, it is, but I switched to light beer now, so I'm all right.
Hear what he said? He switched to light beer.
Sir, you need to start writing for Bob Zaney. That is a fine joke, sir.
Thanks, Rick.
My most recent marriage was a disaster. It made the wreck of the Edmonds Fitzgerald look like a fender bender.
Wow. Sorry to hear that. Hello.
And you remember Lord's famous line about gun control, more or less.
Yes. The relationship taught me a lot. It taught me they won't sell you a handgun if you're crying.
Bob and Tom.
5,
4, 3,
2, 1.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hello.
There's Josh Arnold.
Chicky.
There's Ace Cosby.
Hey.
There's Willie Griswold.
Good morning.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold.
Thank you very much. Now, we've been talking about things your grandpa said, things your grandma said to you. Always interesting. Here's one. Tom from Kansas writes, when Ian would do or say something he thought was really dumb or stupid, my grandpa would hand you a rock and say, I just want to make sure you have at least one friend who is smarter than you are. Dumb as a rock.
Box of rocks, yeah.
Yeah, this one is somewhat offensive. I worked with a guy who was a World War II Navy veteran. One day, this is from Eric. One day, a coworker was being picked up by his flat-chested, chubby girlfriend.
Okay.
My boss saw her and said, she's all meat and no potatoes. Again, these are not necessarily politically correct. These
No,
are just things that Grandpa would say. This one's really confusing, but here we go. This is from Rick. I was interviewing for a job as a computer programmer. The old guy interviewing me said, what he knew about computers, you could throw in a gnat's ass and it would rattle around like a pea in a shoebox.
That's very little.
I've never forgotten that.
I think that's too many similes there.
There's a lot going on there.
Yeah.
You got the gnat.
Yeah.
Shoebox, no.
Yeah, I get it. Let's move forward here. We have a lot to get to today, including we have a different version of the song. That is of the song "Sex Bomb." I'll play that for you.
There was some controversy off the air.
Can you?
Hello, Bob and Tom Show.
This is Dick Hitswater sitting in for Sandy Crack, and this is some of the news. I don't recall her working here. Actor Tony Dow, best known for his role as Wally Cleaver on the beloved television show Leave It to Beaver, has died again. For the second day in a row, the 77-year-old's death has been reported by his management team. No word yet on his prognosis for today. In a related story, actor Paul Sorvino has remained dead throughout the week. In other Hollywood news, the deaths of Sorvino, along with Ray Liotta, James Caan, and Tony Sirico, known for his portrayal of Polly Walnuts in The Sopranos, has left the movie industry facing a devastating shortage of actors who can play ruthless mobsters. And an upcoming project focusing on the rise to power of the murderous Lucky Luciano will now star comedian Jim Gaffigan in the title role.
Too likable, I think.
Hot pockets. Reports are coming out of Washington that the United States government has offered to trade a convicted arms dealer to Russia in exchange for 2 Americans being held in captivity, WNBA superstar Brittany Griner and Paul Whelan. Russian President Vladimir Putin has not formally responded, but our own other news sources have learned that Putin is actually holding out for Kevin Durant and the Kardashians.
Sure, yeah.
Well, this is Dick Hitswater sitting in for Sandy Crack, and this has been Some Other News.
Thank you. Thank you, Dick. That was off-air controversy.
About?
Well, we played a little bit of this song teasing a story coming up.
Sex bomb, you're a sex bomb.
This is the Tom Jones song, and apparently the hit. You said this was a huge hit in Korea when you were there, John.
Oh, played at every dance club I ever went to.
I never heard it till we started talking about it. This is the Peppermint Disco Radio Edit.
Yes, that's the one I was.
And you're correct. That is in fact the better version of Sex Bomb. And that was just a tease. We have a story about an alleged.
Well, I think we should probably do that now. The Sex Bomb story.
Do you have the story, Christy?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. A North Carolina woman was apparently seeking revenge on her ex-boyfriend. I'm assuming this is what you were talking about.
No.
Oh, well, then I don't have it.
Multiple sex bomb.
Well, I'm talking.
This is okay.
Going to put a sex
Authorities
bomb
in Tennessee say an alleged bomb turned out to be a sex toy. That's the one. Nashville police said a 60-year-old woman threw a bag outside her car after threatening to blow up her ex-husband and his new fiancée. According to an affidavit, police officers, detectives, and hazardous device units responded to the report of the bomb threat. Following an investigation, though, they determined the bag contained a sex toy. WSMV
news from Tennessee
reports the woman was arrested for making false emergency reports.
Can you imagine that, though? Although they got all the bomb squad everybody there, and it turns out to be a dildo in there. They found out they had a dong-sniffing dog.
Oh, thank goodness. Yeah, that's one way to...
Isn't that oftentimes what the problem is at TSA? Something's vibrating in a...
Yeah, sometimes it can be a lady's...
Or a toothbrush or a vibrator.
Yeah, well, in this case, she was making the threat, so it's a little more serious. But that, of course, is in fact... that I was not aware that there was a peppermint...
jam.
The peppermint remix. Very nice. Tom Jones and the song Sex Bomb. When did that come out, Ace? Is that an...
early 90s.
Okay. Very, very good. Now, we have we completed
one more story from training camp. Indianapolis Colts started their training camp with their new all-pro quarterback, Matt Ryan.
Yeah, man.
And he was asked during the media access time there at the training facility how he was going to get the team motivated for the upcoming season.
Sure.
And Matt said,
keep a foot up their ass, just...
Oh,
what he said was, keep a foot up their ass.
Keep a foot up their ass, just when they need it.
Left or right, which one?
Yeah, left, just or right, whatever. I guess whichever's closer, but...
Keep a foot up their ass. That sounds like an old grandpa saying.
Yeah.
I love that guy. Well, as it happens, look at this. This is just by chance. Darren, he says, long-time listener, first-time emailer.
Dick York Darren or Dick Sargent Dick?
Fair question.
My dad used to say when I would be antagonistic toward him, you'd rather try to poke hot butter up a wildcat's ass than mess with me, boy.
Hot butter.
That would be. I guess it would be rather difficult, especially poking any butter would be difficult, but hot butter.
yes.
That's going to probably start melting.
Brando did it.
Hot butter.
True.
Kind of scald something.
Thanks for reminding him of that.
Yeah. Trimmed his nails before he did.
Yeah, you know.
Thoughtful.
Hasn't it?
Okay.
Give me a push.
A little bit of Last Tango jokes.
That's right.
There you go. That would be sports?
Yes, that's sports.
Hey, Lucky, this is what you farted for.
Butter. Hot butter.
Parquet. Christy!
Well, I'll get back to this story now. A North Carolina woman was apparently seeking revenge on her ex-boyfriend and tried to set fire to his house, but apparently set fire to the wrong house. The Rowan County Sheriff's Office said the homeowner in Gold Hill was awakened Friday by a neighbor who saw the woman trying to set fire to the house. This is in North Carolina. A homeowner went to get a garden hose. He saw burning pieces of wood around a propane tank. The garden hose didn't work because the woman had apparently used a sealant to block the flow of water.
So stop for a second. Think about this.
She went to a lot of work.
Setting a fire underneath a propane tank, I assume, would that potentially explode?
Yeah.
But then going to the trouble to seal off the hose.
You think this was premeditated?
You think?
But it's the wrong house.
The homeowner grabbed a rifle, confronted the woman who was holding one of his dogs on a leash. With law enforcement and emergency personnel approaching, the woman drove off. Deputies arrested her, charged her with felony first-degree arson, assault with a deadly weapon, and larceny of an animal. So she stole his dog?
She stole the other guy's dog. This is crazy.
This is crazy.
It's very confusing. I'm sure this guy now realizes, well, leaving her, I made the right decision.
Yeah, no kidding.
How did she not know where he lived?
That's, I don't know.
She really loves me.
She's not only crazy, she's dumb.
Chick, if you see your ex outside of your neighbor's house about to burn stuff down, do you go out and do you try to say, hey, honey, stop? Or do you just kind of back off and let her do her thing because it's not your house?
I disappear. I just let everything happen.
Dip out of the back door, get an Uber on the main road?
Yep.
It's very confusing what's going on.
Yeah, I don't understand where the dog comes in.
Yeah, I don't either. But anyway.
I thought the homeowner had the dog, trying to get rid of her.
No, she's larceny, so she stole the dog,
but
right?
It starts with her allegedly trying to burn down her boyfriend's house, but it's not his house. That's where it gets confusing because then she's gone to quite a bit of trouble to do it, and then she's apparently...
All this for sex bomb? Is this a sex bomb story? No,
it is not.
That's the other one. Okay, never mind.
Sex bomb story. If you were paying attention, you'd know that was the story about the sex bomb.
The home sustained about $20,000 in damage, so at least she didn't get it completely burnt down.
Yeah, man, that's crazy.
Hey, Tom, you think she's a sex bomb?
Oh, boy.
I imagine she looks exactly as you would. Yep, there she is.
Yeah, you could probably pick her out in a lineup.
Yeah.
With no evidence of any kind. We're asking you to send us things that your grandpa or your grandma told you, some of those old phrases. And we've received more than 1,000 of them. A couple are classics. My grandpa would say, she looks like she could start a Harley.
Oh, never heard that.
Yeah, that's certainly a classic. Grandpa. My dad used to say when I was young, I'd slap you in half, but I couldn't stand two of you running around in here.
That's fun.
And that kind of reminds me of this one. This guy writes, growing up, my dad would get irritated with my brother and I acting up, and he would say, I'll take one of you and beat you with the other. Kind of a variation on that. My mom would say, suspecting that we were lying, that's a tail with no hair on it. I've never heard this one before. My grandfather would say, you're dumb as a bag of damn it.
What does that even mean?
Here's a folksy one. My grandpa would say, beauty is only a light switch away.
Oh, that's bad.
This one this one sounds like it's kind of famous. Grandpa said to me, a whiskey glass and a woman's ass made a horse's ass out of many.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
If you've got some of these, we'd love to hear from you. Again, some of them I don't get.
Sometimes they're not meant to be gotten, really. They're just non sequiturs that they paint a picture rather than give you a full explanation.
From Wisconsin, my dad would say, that's slicker than snot on a pump handle.
Like a well pump?
Oh, I guess, yeah, if you were pumping the well.
Pumping the well?
You wouldn't want it to be.
I've always heard it's slicker than a cat's ass stretched across a brass doorknob. That's what I heard. Always.
Really?
Yep.
Let's see. My dad used to say...
You have to turn the cat inside out.
This is an interesting one. My dad would say, some people wouldn't be happy even if you hanged them with a brand new rope. See why they might be upset.
Boy, that's ungrateful, right?
If I was misbehaving, my father would say to me, we're both going to end up down at the hospital. You to get my boot removed from your ass, and me to get it back.
That's fun.
Well, I've heard the different. There's two hits: me hitting you, you hitting the ground.
Right.
I've heard there's three hits: me hit you, you hitting the ground, and the ambulance hitting 65.
Oh, I've heard that, but with there's going to be three hits. It's going to be me hitting you, you hitting the ground, and then me rocking out to Kenny Loggins as soon as I'm done. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, once again, please send us yours, Bob and Tom at bobandtom.com. We would love to hear from you about something maybe Grandpa or Grandma said. A lot of them, I think, are kind of invented by the people that say them.
Sure, or their kin.
Yeah, they're passed along over time.
Sure.
Kin.
Well, come on.
Kinfolk?
Some of the quotes we've gotten, those folks also say kin.
I don't think kin is more like a hillbilly word, but it sure does sound like it, doesn't it?
I think it's absolutely a hillbilly word.
No, I don't.
Kinfolk?
Kinfolk?
Yes.
Kinfolk, I don't. No, I mean, it's not like hilljack.
Well, no, it's the same.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, no, you're right. How often do you hear Queen Elizabeth doesn't give a speech without recognizing her kin?
That's right. Why not?
Josh, I hate to say this. It was just an answer in our New York Times crossword puzzle.
Kin? Oh,
that's fine. I'm telling you, kin is very hillbilly. Yeah.
Ma Kin, Ace, the Aerosmith.
You mean Ma Kin Bird? Yeah. Kin Bird now.
Why did you guys decide that should be a radio hit? I blame you.
Mockingbird?
Yes.
I
love that song.
We all secretly wanted James Taylor and Carly Simon to get back together.
Yeah, we did.
Well, that's fine.
Yeah.
But
I played that on my high school radio station.
they could have just sang Mary Had a Little Lamb. It's the same sort of. No, that's not a great song.
Talking about an attractive woman, my grandfather would say, this is interesting. Luckily, everyone likes something different. Otherwise, everybody would be sleeping with your grandmother. Boy, that is what?
Man.
Okay, so you get this?
Yeah, I get it.
He's saying that his wife is the best looking one of all, right?
Yeah.
You know, it's
sweet.
Not really. I don't think you're really your grandmother talking about sleeping with your grandma, do you?
Yeah.
You do?
Of course. course.
How do you think you all got there?
Yeah.
We all know that. It's just it's not really a topic of discussion.
No, I think it's sweet.
Mm-hmm. He's saying everybody else wants to.
Yeah.
I used to always thank my grandpa for banging my grandma.
Mm-hmm. Did you ask for details?
Mm-hmm.
See, I think there's such a thing as too much information.
And then my grandpa would remind me that my dad was adopted, and I'd go, well, this conversation was unnecessary.
Well, on that note, once again, please send us your stuff. Christy Lee is at the news desk. What else is happening over there?
The James Webb Space Telescope will be honored with its own stamp. In a statement yesterday, the U.S. Postal Service said the Forever Stamp, featuring the $10 billion telescope, will be available to the public starting on September 8th.
Okay.
Purchase it.
I'm a big fan.
You're a big fan of the telescope?
Have you seen those first images? It's amazing.
They have some second images now that are incredible, too.
They're going to be able to see stuff we've never seen before.
Yeah, aliens are just a click away.
I was looking at some of the images. I couldn't believe the amount of upskirts.
Yeah?
Yes. Like, I know we've got the technology.
They're pointing it the wrong way.
Where are the movies? Why can't we see movies? You know, there's got to be movies.
Mm-hmm.
Why just still pictures? Come on, NASA. Get off your
get on it.
Give me a movie. I want a little Instagram reel.
And maybe a musical score, too, as we're still... It instructs us how to feel.
Yes.
No,
Yeah.
I want to be manipulated.
When is the last time you bought stamps?
I buy them in bulk, so probably 4 months ago.
2 weeks ago.
Well, there you
Wow.
go. Have you bought some at all, Jim?
No.
I have stamps. Yeah, I always have stamps.
Do you have any stamps, Josh?
I do. I've got a couple books of Forever stamps
Yeah,
at home.
me too.
It's a big damn deal if I have to mail a letter. I got to go to the post office. I get out of the car.
Wait in line.
No, I figure out the machine. The machine 99 times can help me. I put the dog in the car. It's crazy.
A mathematician in the UK has come up with the formula for the perfect way to start your day, if you'd like to hear about that coming up.
Okay, in a few minutes, we'll get to that. Also, we'll hear more stuff from your grandpa and your grandma or your dad or the crazy old guy that you worked with.
Love it.
Yeah, some of the crazy guys I worked with, I really can't quote them on the radio. You know what I'm saying. Okay. When we come back, this is the Bob and Tom Show.
Text us at 888-262-8661. More Bob and Tom next.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
And I'm not stupid. I know there's more to life than just sex. It's just none of those other things feel as good as sex. I mean, I love cookies.
Oh, yeah.
But if I do not have access to cookies, I will not rent a movie and watch two other people eat cookies.
Perfect strangers. Eating cookies. No.
Nothing.
No.
How do you not think about sex? Everything on TV, sex, all the commercials, very beautiful women in all the commercials now. Doesn't even matter what the product is. It's just very sexual.
Mm-hmm.
And then you finally have sex, and it's kind of disappointing.
Mm-hmm.
Where's my Sprite, my new car? That's why I think women should have shelves next to their bed filled with prizes, depending on how well you did. You know what I mean?
That's a good idea.
Like they do at the carnival.
Sure.
They have something to shoot for,
Are you going to take anything on that?
Right. I'm going to go for the Van Halen mirror tonight.
Hi, this is Dr. Will Miller, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hope you caught the show yesterday late in the show with Allie Breen. She had some great letters on. We always enjoy talking with Allie in sexy time. And again, if you want to contact Allie, it's ALLIBREEN. Allie Breen across all social media, Snapchat, Instagram. Facebook, that's another one she's on. You can go to alliebreen.com. Don't listen to me. Go send your letters to Allie. We love hearing from you. And we love hearing from you about your grandparents saying. We've been going through those for the better part of this week, thanks to Chick and Ass Over Tea Kettle. That launched us into what's an old saying you've heard, and then grandparents, aunts, uncles, you name it. And you guys have been sending them in. Keep them coming. Bob and Tom at bobandtom.com. Oh, it'll take a while to go through it, maybe a few weeks, but don't worry, we will go through it. Bob and Tom at bobandtom.com.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee with your Bob and Tom Entertainment News Update. John Mayer portrays a parody version of a rock star in the opening scene of a new film called Vengeance, and he hopes you don't believe that's how he really is. Mayer says he felt mischievous playing into the perception people had of him. Vengeance is in theaters on Friday. The producers of Jeopardy have decided there are two people going to take over the hosting position for Alex Trebek, Mayim Bialik and Kim Jennings. Producers report they'll continue to serve as permanent rotating hosts. The rotation begins this new season in September. And the man who played Big Brother to the title character in the old-school sitcom Leave It to Beaver has died. Tony Dow passed away yesterday at the age of 77. His death was announced by a rep and his family a day after a mistaken announcement was released saying he had died. No cause of death officially given, but Dow had been in hospice care after announcing in May he'd been diagnosed with prostate and bladder cancer. Tony Dow starred as Wally, brother to Beaver, played by Jerry Mathers. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show on the way.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Authorities in Florida are saying officers arrested a man on a DUI after he drove an electric sit-down scooter in a Walmart while drunk.
What?
The 39-year-old was driving a Walmart scooter around the store with an opened bottle of Smirnoff vodka.
That's right.
Clearly visible in a backpack he'd placed in the scooter basket. The man was swaying in the scooter, running into shelves, and nearly struck other customers.
Where's the $5 DVD bin?
The man had to be taken.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, guy, it's Kid Tarmac. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Take that to the bank. 24/7. I know.
Comedian Roger Naylor is our guest from the Ohio Valley.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to remember. Is your wife a cop?
Yeah, it's not the traditional job like we were talking about. I mean, it is very, very romantic. We met at a Dunkin' Donuts. So. She hates that joke.
I'll bet she does.
It is a weird job for a woman to have, but it has its advantages. I mean, what other job can you think of where the woman comes home every single night with handcuffs? So
sure,
we got a little game we like to play called Held for Questioning. On the downside, my wife carries a gun.
Oh, good point.
Which makes PMS a whole different ball game at my house. Our toilet seat stays down. I take no chances. I pee in the tub or out in the yard. I don't even mess with it.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, my wife is a cop. It's very weird being in bed with a cop. Do you know how embarrassing it is to be in the middle of making love to your wife and all of a sudden you hear, "What's your hurry, pal?" Do you know why I stopped you? Do you know how fast you were going? I gotta wear a radar detector on my wiener. It's a fuzz buster.
Bravo! Hi, man, this is Donnie Baker. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
And Jesus said, "Take this bread and eat it. It is my body." And the disciples said, "Jesus, we're all on low-carb diet." We appreciate you dying for our sins, but we're all trying to slim down a little. We want to look good in the painting.
Hello, this is comedian John Evans, and you're...
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin.
Hey, Chick.
He's in the performance room. Josh Arnold's here.
Hey, Chick.
A rare day at work. There's Ace Cosby.
Chick.
Manning the track phone hotline, hot phone. There's Willie Griswold.
Good morning.
I'm Chick McGee. And there's
Music's
Tom.
a little loud.
No, it's fine. You can't have it down or up. It's up to him. He deems it's a perfect balance. It's a perfect balance. I've tried. Can you turn that down? Thank you. And here's Tom. Now that's perfect.
We're getting more things from Grammy and Granny. What did you call your grandparents?
I called one Grandma and the other one Gran.
Josh?
Grandma and Grandpa Starkey and Grandma and Grandpa Arnold.
Okay.
Yeah.
Boy, oh boy.
Mine were all dead, so I don't know.
What'd you call them? You called them dead.
Yeah.
You couldn't call them.
Yeah. Not really.
You can call them, but
Now
they
it's
wouldn't
all
come.
trendy to be like Gigi and like all kinds of
Gigi's
different.
big.
Yeah.
I called
names.
my dad's mom by her first name. I always did.
What was it?
Her name was Helena, but we called her Lena.
Oh, that's nice.
I have no idea
That's a
why.
Really?
name.
Always called her. And Grandma was
Granny Lou.
Well, this grandma, Jay's grandma, when he was a little boy and be afraid of someone, his grandmother would say, "Don't worry, they can kill you, but they can't eat you." I'm not sure how helpful that is.
I'm using it. My nieces will love it.
Okay, thanks. Thanks, Grandma.
There's got to be like a where all these are compiled. Hello, Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, Bob and Tom, it's Donnie Baker.
Hey, Donnie.
Donnie, how are you, sir?
We didn't have no ham on Papaw.
No?
Man, we went with Meemaw and Trent. He was such a dick, man. Hey, I hate to be the barrel of bad news. I don't know if you watch Alex Jones or Glenn Beck regular, but I got to tell you, I'm worried.
Why?
I went to the store last night and bought 2 Baker's dozen bananas.
Why does that worry you?
Cause, Tom, it ain't natural to crave bananas that ways. And I don't want to speculate, but I think I might be getting that monkeypox variant.
Oh, boy.
Very, very unlikely, Donnie.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it ain't the only symptom I got. Last night over at Xanadu's, I was down at banana daiquiris by the pitcher.
Oh,
And I usually hate bananas because I've had blood work done. I got enough Pitocin in my system already. Plus,
Potassium.
I watched that movie Planet of the Apes last week.
Right.
And I totally rooted against Carlton Heston.
Charlton Heston.
And I got real fired up when he called them dirty damn apes. I mean, these colors don't run now. And I've been doing my own research, and I know how this whole monkeypox thing got started.
Oh.
I'll say it like this. Thanks a lot, Bubbles. You dick. I swear to God.
Don't panic, Donnie. Monkeypox is very rare in the United States.
Yeah, but the fact remains, why come you can't follow the facts, Tom? I mean, I had chicken pox when I was a kid, so it makes sense I might get the monkeypox too.
They're not
climate change
at
and
all
stuff.
related, Donnie.
Okay, maybe not, but you got to be on guard. My mom Phyllis once ate dinner with some high roller at Lulu's Crab Shack in Daytona.
Sure.
Next thing you know, she got the crabs. And she couldn't dance for 3 days, and she smelled like calamine lotion and Panama Jack for a month. I think this monkeypox has got me. I swear to God, if I get the urge to climb a tree or fling turds at randoms, I'm either going to emergency room or to the zoo. And I admit it, though, I do tend to scare the hell out of myself when I go to the library and look up my own symptoms online.
Yeah, that's always bad.
Yeah.
Well, last year I was convinced I had both leprosy and the bubonic plague.
Wow.
I was all sweaty, you know, I was having hot flashes, but thanks to the internet, I finally figured out what was wrong.
What's that?
What was it?
I was just going through menopause, Christy.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, but Zofran cleared that up. Hey, I do have one question. Let's say you get monkeypox.
Right.
Do you go see a regular doctor or do you go to a vet for that?
Fair question. I would go to a doctor.
Okay. I better go, man. Amazon dicks here with my Gorilla Tape, new tire swing, and another dozen bananas.
Okay, thanks, Donnie.
Have a great swinging day.
All right. He's got the monkeypox.
He thinks, yeah.
He does not have monkeypox.
Okay, well.
Monkey brains.
Monkeypox is nasty stuff.
Yeah.
Now, how about this one? Once again, this is, once again, from a grandpa. When it was cold in the winter, doing chores on the farm, he'd say, "I'm shivering worse than a dog pooping peach stones."
What?
Yeah, I've heard that, but I've heard peach pits.
Why would
So that's probably what they
I
meant.
get it. I
Peach
see. So if
pits.
a dog ate a whole peach,
Right.
they'd have to get rid of the
yeah.
and that would
So
be-
you know how they
Peach
oh,
pit.
yeah. Well, that's very colorful. Thank you very much once again as we explore things that Grandma and Grandpa said. Right now, we turn back to the news desk with Christy Lee.
Well, earlier in the show, Chick was talking about his early morning routine in the shower.
Yeah,
And
baby. Yeah.
They did a survey of 2,000 people, and a mathematician has come up with the formula for the perfect start to a perfect day. You're supposed to get out of bed at 7:12 a.m., exercise for exactly 21 minutes.
Wait a minute, hang on. 7:12?
Yes.
Okay, that's
Well, I'm.
You know what? I'm in. Sign me up for that.
I'm an hour and a half late for work. Go ahead.
I would love that.
You exercise for exactly 21 minutes.
Okay, I can do that.
Spend 10 minutes in the shower, and then take 18 minutes for breakfast.
I don't do any of this stuff.
Yeah.
I don't either.
Who's this formula from?
This was a survey of 2,000 people, and then the results were analyzed by a mathematician.
So is this potentially the average?
Yes.
He averaged out maybe. What kind of people? Are they retired? Successful? Yeah, no kidding.
No, they're just regular people. Most
Do you
people don't go out to work.
Do you exercise first thing in the morning?
No, you're supposed to, though.
They say it's the best time for it.
Yeah, they say that is the key time. But with our schedule, I have to get up at 3 a.m. That ain't happening.
I did like 10 minutes on the exercise bike before work, like twice. And it's while you're doing it, it is so grueling. And you get off, and it's kind of worth it. You do kind of feel better. You do have a little more energy.
No.
But just literally just 10 minutes. It felt impossible.
I mean, obviously, we don't fit this because we're not a norm. We don't work 8 to 5 or 9 to 5 or whatever your schedule would be.
You should have stopped it. We don't work.
Yeah.
Or normal.
Very soft hands.
To quote John Fox, wait a minute, I'm not done puking by then. Forget about the exercise.
What a man.
Well, this is interesting. The alarm goes off at 6:44, but people don't get out of bed till 7:12. Now, I can't do that. Do you do that? Do you snooze?
No.
Hit the snooze button?
That's
rarely.
And I bet a lot of those people aren't snoozing. They're checking Instagram and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Which,
that's probably
why would
true.
you ever check that when you just want to wake up and immediately be in a bad mood?
Oh, wow. Look at all these girls that want nothing to do with you.
Well, speaking of the ladies, how about this one? My grandma's name was Pearl, writes Greg. She would see a girl with a small bikini at the beach and say, she looks like she's wearing 2 Band-Aids and a cork. That is strong.
It's something.
The cork.
A cork?
That's a small suit.
You got 1 Band-Aid for each nip. And
Yes,
then,
Yeah, right.
It would be...
It would be 2 corks, wouldn't it?
Well, you can expose the... whatever.
I suppose. I guess technically,
ass cheek.
the view you'd see. Well, thank you very much. Christy, give me the teaser. What else is coming up?
We have lots of pineapples spilled on an interstate. We have Loch Ness Monster news that I think Josh is.
I like Jash.
Jash.
Yeah, it's like
Jash.
Chicago brand.
You do that a lot.
You're a jazzy Josh.
Go see Jash Arnold there at Halstead and Kimball, huh?
You say Down or whatever. Where the hell are you from anyway?
I don't know.
Yeah, you got to get an accent and stick with it.
And we do have monkeys in the news.
Huh.
Yeah.
And not just any monkeys, macaques.
Macaques.
Wait a minute.
You get the joke wrong.
Not just any monkeys. My
Willie, what is the intersection in Chicago where I'm supposed to be from?
No, it's Chicago Josh. He's over there turning tricks down at Halstead and Armitage, huh?
Armitage.
So how would he say macaques?
No, don't try.
Pretty much, you did it. Yeah.
Macaque. Cocks, not cacks.
No, it's cack. It's really macaque.
Yeah, macaque. Are you sure it's not my cock?
Chapter 17 of Chick's story.
You know.
Cocks, not cacks.
I'm taking care of a rooster for Grandma. Where'd my cock get to?
It's got a mind of its own, doesn't it?
Oh, boy, I bet she wears that skirt out from the inside.
Boy, you like that one.
I love that one.
Have you said it in real life yet?
No, but I'm saving it.
Yes, yeah.
Saving all these. When we come back, this is the Bob and Tom Show.
More Bob and Tom next. Got a comment? Our email is bobandtom@bobandtom.com. Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
So, Nick, let's start with the basics. Are you a married guy?
No, I just got divorced.
Sorry to hear about that.
It's okay. Lots of people get divorced. Einstein got divorced.
He did?
Yeah, did you know that? Albert Einstein, arguably the most intelligent man who ever lived, got divorced. They should tell you that before you get married. It shouldn't be, do you love her? Do you want to spend the rest of your life with her? It should be, do you think you're smarter than Einstein?
Oh, so you're dating then?
I guess. You know what I don't want to do? I don't want to say I love you anymore. I hate that first I love you. That's the worst. First time you ever tell a woman you love her. If they like you, they want to hear it. And when they hear it that first time, something comes over them. You know, their eyes get all wide and get that diabolical grin on their face. You can almost feel them saying, excellent.
Morning laughter just might be the best medicine.
If you want to turn your daddy parts orange, eat some Cheetos and watch some porn.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
And a good morning to you. Hey, thanks for listening to Bob and Tom 24/7 on this Thursday. It's the 28th of July. Can you believe it? You can catch any part of the show you missed later today right there on our YouTube channel. And you can stream the show live each morning as well. Just go to YouTube and search The Bob and Tom Show. That's us right here. And you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Good morning. I'm Mark Allison with things you may have missed. Usually on a quiz show, there's only one right answer to a question, but the producers of Jeopardy have decided there are two correct answers to a question people have been asking since Alex Trebek died in 2020. Who should take over as host of the show? Well, the dual answer now, Mayim Bialik and Ken Jennings. Producers say they'll continue to serve as permanent rotating hosts. An announcement made by Jeopardy executive producer Michael Davies says Bialik and Jennings give the show two outstanding hosts with their own fan bases who can attract new fans and hold on to traditional viewers of the game show. The rotation between the two will begin with the new season in September. They both have signed contracts agreeing to the deal, and we have two new hosts of Jeopardy. Congratulations to them both. In other news, the Federal Reserve on Wednesday raised its benchmark interest rate by a hefty 0.75 points for a second straight time in its most aggressive drive in more than 3 decades to try to tame high inflation. The Fed's move will raise its key rate, which affects many consumer and business loans, to a range of 2.25% to 2.5%, its highest level since 2018. Chairman Jerome Powell gave mixed signals about the Fed's next moves. And that's a look at things you may have missed. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Hey, Shooter, it's Kenny Tarmac. Hey, we just landed. I'm an ORD, just got in from TPA through ATL. And hey, guess what else just landed? The Bob and Tom app. I know. Now, thanks to the Bob and Tom app, even if I have to go all the way from Foxtrot 20 down to Alpha 4, I can still listen live, see their videos, find an affiliate station, use the alarm, and even send a message. This is Kenny Tarmac signing off and reminding you, everything I touch turns to sold.
Essential morning radio. All day and all night.
Really? No, seriously. Really?
Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7.
With us in the studio, comedian Doug Stanhope. I wanted to talk about something fairly mundane, actually, with Doug. You hate baseball. Am I correct?
Baseball players always they look like cops so much. They're so they're so joyless.
Are you out of your mind?
But no, you watch any other sport and they're happy and they're pumping up the crowd, they're high-fiving. And baseball guys, they just look so joyless and smug, and they just sit there in the dugout and they look like cops. You know how someone gets pulled over, they have no registration, and you need 9 officers and they all stand around with their arms crossed and self-important looking. No joy in their face.
So what do you do during? Because I can tell you love.
I'll bet on baseball because I think that's the only reason people watch it is because it's the only thing on in the summer. I hate the Yankees. That's the only reason I watch baseball is to hope the Yankees lose, and I guess that's probably a miserable. Just because they buy their team and their fans are so obnoxious. Like if you're gonna just be cheering in the stands, pick an underdog and have some character. If you have money on the game, it's different. That's like having stock in a company.
Yeah.
But if you're just going to be a loud
loudmouth, beer-fueled ass bag in the stands. Pick the underdog. Rooting for the Yankees is like going to a casino and cheering for the house. You're already supposed to win. You're standing behind the blackjack table going, "Oh, dealer busted your ass, bitch. Oh, that's my dealer. I got my dealer jersey on."
Hey, it's Roy Wood Jr. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Well, internet porn.
Oh.
Well, there's
photography. People don't go. Yeah, photography. People don't go to porn shops anymore.
No?
Because of the internet.
Oh, that's
But I think you miss out on the social aspect.
Is there a social aspect to that?
Yeah, well, you avoid eye contact. Try to hide your titles. Tranny. Oh, no, I was working on my car. The other day, though, I was watching gay porn.
Uh-oh.
No, wait, I'm sorry. I was watching pro wrestling.
Bob and Tom, 24/7.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. 17.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Professional broadcaster, Tom Griswold. Chick McGee at the news desk. There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey, Chick.
There's Josh Arnold.
Chicky.
There's Jess Hooker.
Hi.
Yeah, there's Ace Cosby.
Is it too loud?
There's Willie Griswold.
Good morning.
Up to you. You're the legend. I'm Chick McGee. And here's Tom Griswold.
What about me?
Did I say hi to you?
No.
Christy Lee at the news desk.
Thanks.
Tom?
You may have to move over, Jess. I've
Which
got the
direction?
guy. I've got the guy from Oregon coming in to get the bug out of Chick's ass.
Yeah.
I
Did
don't
that
know
just happen? What are you talking about?
Can we talk about what you did during the break?
Sure.
Willie, get ready.
What's going on?
It looks like your dad might be moving into your seat.
Really?
Yep. He was over there trying it out during the break.
He's checking things out over
Yeah.
here?
You know, it does give you more of
I know.
egalitarian vista than where you're sitting now.
Kind of exactly what I thought.
It really does.
What he really wants, he wants to be elevated like a lifeguard.
That's what
I
Ace-
think what he really
Ace,
wants.
That's what Ace said.
Like
we
a
gotta get
pharmacist,
one of
yeah.
like the KISS tour guys to come in here and hang a wire with a rotating chair and the microphones. Depending on who talks, it rotates towards them, and he can see us from like a prison guard essentially.
Those are all good ideas.
Did you ever see Andy Kaufman's talk show where his desk, he sat a good 20 feet above the desk? So they just hang it.
Are you serious?
Yes, he's like at this
hilarious.
tower.
Was it on a major network?
It was on some, I don't remember exactly.
That is so fun.
God, I remember the first time I saw Andy Kaufman do that thing where he takes the old-fashioned record player and drops the needle on.
Oh, the Mighty Mouse thing?
Save the day. I don't know why that's as funny. It's inexplicably hilarious to be doing that on television. We got a lot going on here. Jess Hooker, we got to catch you up.
Okay. What did I miss?
Oh, boy. Hey, strap in.
We have received a couple thousand emails in the last couple of days about things that maybe your dad or your grandma or your grandpa said to you.
Okay.
Sort of phrases that sometimes they've made up.
The doors will fly.
It'll be like walking into Walmart on a cold day.
Yeah.
They're just going to fly open for you. There's going to be an old guy there to greet you.
There he is. Come on in, buddy.
Michael says, my uncle always said when he would see a large lady, everybody has a right to be big, but that gal, she's abusing the privilege.
My goodness. These are just folksy ways to belittle people.
That's right. This is from Mr. M. He says, I asked my dad how he could be with such an ugly woman.
Wow.
I assume this may be like a stepmother
Stepmom?
situation. He said, son, you don't look at the mantle when you're poking the fire. That's,
Wow.
See, I like that one. That's fun.
That's not bad. Poetic. Let's see. Joshua writes, like a pair of children's scissors, bright and colorful, but not too sharp.
Oh, that's very good.
If you gave them a penny for their thoughts, you'd get change back. The hotel, you'll like this one. You guys have been on the road. We've all been on the road doing all kinds of things.
Yeah.
I had to stay at some less than stellar hotels. I love this one. The hotel I stayed in last night, I stuck the key in the door. It broke the window.
Hey, that's funny.
That's good.
Well, hotel, you see okay, this one. Is anyone proofreading these?
We're relying on you.
I think Mike Mark is, isn't he?
This one's a little rough.
Okay.
That over there. Some of these old folks just.
Hold that for the break.
Yeah, we all want to hear it.
You drive like old people. And,
there you go. Okay.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of that one similar with no control at all, right?
Yeah, this one's you drive like old people, slow and sloppy.
Oh. I thought it was just slow.
Okay. Now, Christy Lee has remained at her post at the
Wouldn't
Bob
want to
and
be
Tom,
anywhere else.
the Bob and Tom news desk. What's happening over there?
Officials in Texas are saying a crashed 18-wheeler spilled nearly 40,000 pounds of pineapple onto Interstate 45 in Montgomery County.
Yeah, but the good news is it was on its way to be on pizzas, so we're all.
Oh, okay.
According to authorities, the big rig experienced a tire blowout and started swaying, which separated the truck from the trailer. KVUE
We're news. We're a TV station.
says the trailer hit the freeway divider, rolled over into the road when a second 18-wheeler crashed into the separated trailer,
Wow,
That's like 32 wheels.
never a dull moment.
ripping it open and
Never a dull moment.
dull.
I said I had a dull joke, but he stepped on it earlier.
Oh, sorry. Never a dull moment? No, sorry. What was your dull joke?
ripping it open and
I said dull.
and spilling its
F
contents.
everybody.
Is that an old saying from your grandfather? Did your grandpa used to say that?
The bug on my ass has gone to Josh. Can I get off
It's like the
hook?
tingler. It keeps moving from person to person.
I thought you'd have a pretty good shot at KVUE.
Who?
Cave you?
Yeah, KVUE.
Well, then why don't you start doing it?
Okay.
Because every time I do it, you look at me like I'm not up to snuff thinking up
What was your new one?
slogans. We're TV and we have the news.
Clever.
I'd watch that. We mean business, okay?
Yeah, we're not messing around.
We ain't got time.
Not everything's a joke in life, people.
Yeah, we ain't got time for beautiful little videos of our anchor people. Just watch the news and keep your mouth shut.
KVUE, look at her jugs. You know, something like that.
Yeah, that's good. Driver of the second truck was taken to an area hospital. It
There
is
was
in
a second
stable
truck?
condition.
Was it on the grassy knoll?
Oh, were you not listening?
No.
No, not at all.
All right.
Was the second truck, was anything cool in that?
Doesn't say.
I feel like if this was like a commercial, like a pineapple truck, it crashed into a Sprite truck, and then we all got a new fun summer soda.
Oh, there you go.
yeah.
What do you make pina coladas with? Isn't that pineapple
coconut.
and
Coconut, yeah.
Coconut.
and what, rum?
Yeah.
Or get a rum truck, have a pina colada party.
All right.
Have a pineapple upside down truck.
That's funny.
Pineapple whip.
This is one of those things that
You want it to be pineapple so bad.
it's one of those things. I'm not kidding. I have never had pineapple upside down cake.
Yeah.
And I have never had baked Alaska. But there's certain stuff that you always hear about.
Yeah.
That you've never actually eaten.
Oh,
Do you
I've
like
had
pineapple?
pineapple upside down.
As have I. I've not had baked Alaska. Have you?
No, I have
Oh,
not.
I've had baked Alaska. Yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
fish?
Yeah. It's a dessert.
Really?
Yeah.
What
they-
is it? Isn't it like
they-
meringue?
No,
on
yeah, it's
fire?
like a meringue, but it's tall. It looks like a volcano. It's about this high, and they put Bacardi 151 on it, and then they light it on fire, and it singes the meringue. And
I love when
tastes
they
like the
light
bottom of an ashtray.
Love
Great.
to light stuff on fire at restaurants. That's
Oh, like creme brulee?
That's great.
Yeah, yeah.
Although, as you know, I love the. I know they're not called hibachis. What are they called? The
Teppanyaki.
The cooking table thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always back up when it does the thing where he sprays it and then lights that one thing.
We're going tonight. I can't wait.
Are you?
Yes.
Okay.
My niece's birthday.
Now,
Yes.
have you ever been able to catch the shrimp that they heave at you?
I don't play that game.
Oh,
I
really?
let the,
Oh.
No.
Homie, don't play that.
I don't have depth perception, you dick. I can't get
How is he? Why is he?
No.
He thought I was the one with the bug on my head.
The torch has been passed
The bug is
to a
going
new
to the left.
generation.
So I'm just going to get hit in the head. I don't want to do that.
Plus, it never looks good when a woman's just like standing 6 feet away with her
Her
mouth
mouth open.
Yeah,
Thank
No,
you.
it looks great. That's the whole joke.
No.
How do you think the guy invented it?
No,
Watch
no,
this.
no.
I'll make Whitey open her mouth wide.
I only date women with no depth perception. That way, when they go deeper, I can go, I'm all the way in, baby. You wouldn't know, but I'm hitting bottom.
No clue, sweetheart.
Yeah.
He's back.
How do you think I broke my foot? I can't see stairs. I hate it.
Pat, what are you looking at me for?
Because you're a handsome man.
Don't you have a song for pineapples?
I did when we were doing that story.
Well, I can review it.
He's back. You know what? We really threw him when he had to do. I know. We had to do 2 songs in like 5 minutes.
I
That
know.
really
I had
threw
a
him.
capo.
Okay, here's
a lot of work.
He's
Okay,
never the same.
Once again, from KVUE.
Well, we'll have to come back with it.
We're TV. We're news. You know what we do.
Come on.
Get off our
You
backs.
turned us on.
Yeah.
You see?
When we come back, odds are we're going to have Al Jackson to kick around.
Well,
We'll see.
We'll see about
Okay, I saw Al on the TV. He's back.
I hope you're listening to your Raycon earbuds, people. This summer, you can take premium audio with you wherever you go with Raycon earbuds. They look, feel, and sound better than ever with 3 sound profiles. They match whatever you're listening to. They feature noise isolation and awareness mode. You can choose to be immersed or tune into your surroundings. Listen while you travel or during a grueling workout, whatever that is, with optimized gel tips for the perfect in-ear fit. That's right. They fit every
Welcome to my
ear.
side.
All these
Every
grandpa
ear.
phrases has everybody talking like an old grandpa from the South.
Yeah.
Well, I got my Raycon.
Shoot Fiat.
8 hours of playtime. 8 hours of playtime, 32 hours of battery life.
Stop interrupting him or else he's going to throw a Fiat.
It's no wonder Raycon's everyday earbuds have over 49,000 5-star reviews. Right now, go to buyraycon.com/Tom. Get 15% off your Raycon order. That's buyraycon.com/Tom. 15% off your Raycons. Buyraycon.com/Tom.
Got this letter from JP. He goes, I can't thank you guys enough for talking about Raycons. I had the big name ones before, and oh my gosh, what a magnificent surprise when I put the Raycons in my ears. I felt like my eardrums were getting a hug. They are more comfortable than anything I've ever used. I use them every day in a loud body shop. And just tune in, you guys. Love the show. Thank you, John P. We certainly appreciate the letter. Raycon Love.
Oh, that's a good song. That's a cranker-upper.
No one's going to participate in this, apparently.
You know, that guy who wrote the letter has a boat.
Does he?
The sloop John P.
Thank you for rescuing
You're
me.
very welcome.
Oh, that's so nice.
Chick, I know you enjoyed it.
This is the Bob and Tom Show.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
Jess Hooker on the way in. We call her Hooker the Cooker because she is so good in the kitchen, and you can catch more of Jess Hooker and Jessica Alsman, who you heard yesterday, along with Allie Breen, in the Bits and Pieces podcast, along with Willie Griswold and Jason Hofsetz. It's a dive into the Bob and Tom archives where they discuss some of their favorite bits and pieces from the Bob and Tom Show. Lots of guests as well. Josh has been on there. I've been on there. I know Christy's been a guest. I'm sure Tom's been a guest. How could he not be? The Bits and Pieces. What about Chick McGee? Yes, the Bits and Pieces podcast. You can search into the archives of the Bits and Pieces, listen to the latest, but you can also go back and listen to others. I don't need to explain to you how podcasts work. You know how to do it. bobandtom.com/podcast. They are free and available to download. Also, That Josh Arnold podcast, the Bob and Tom Show Extra podcast, weekday afternoons at 3 p.m. Eastern. That drops in. So there you have it. And they are all free, as I mentioned, and they're available right now at bobandtom.com/podcasts.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee with your Bob and Tom News Update. The Federal Reserve has raised its benchmark interest rate by a hefty 0.75 of a point for a second straight time in its most aggressive drive in more than 3 decades to tame high inflation. The latest Fed move raises its key rate, which affects many consumer and business loans, to a range of 2.25% to 2.5%. That's the highest level since 2018. The scorching heat spell on the Pacific Northwest is expected to last longer than forecasters had initially predicted. That means parts of the normally temperate region remains on course to break heat wave duration records. David Bishop of the National Weather Service says his office in Portland predicts 100 or 101 degrees the rest of the week. Portland, by the way, hit 102 yesterday. Hey, you're looking for a big diamond? Well, look no further than what was pulled out of a mine in Angola. The pink diamond, a whopping 170 carats, and is being called the largest one of its kind found in 300 years. The Lulo Rose, named after the mine that produced it, is more of a trend than a blip for this particular mine. The owner says they've already produced 2 of the largest diamonds ever found in Angola, including a 404-carat clear diamond. Man, that's going to make your hand hurt. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
We got some extra from the Bob and Tom Show.
Comedian Greg Warren, former state champion wrestler. You're the son of a wrestling coach. Now, I assume your dad was also your wrestling coach. Is that correct?
Yes, he was. He was a high school wrestling coach. So I wrestled, and my mom was into music, so I played the clarinet in the band, which they made fun of me, especially the guys on the wrestling team, especially my best friend, Huey Baker. He was a black guy. He's one of those guys that would just get a hold of something and never shut up. And look at Greg, man. Greg played a flute. It's a clarinet, Huey. It's a flute, Greg. You a flute man. Look at little flute man, Greg. Flute your flute, Greg. Little flute man, Greg. He'll be on the bus going to a match. He'll be real quiet, and all of a sudden you hear, "Up, 2, 3, 4. What the hell we fighting for? Flute man." It's embarrassing when you're out there wrestling and you hear, "Hit him with your flute, Greg."
Bob and Tom. You can pick your morning radio show, and you can pick your nose, but you can't wipe Bob and Tom on the couch.
Are odors in your home a constant problem? Do you live with a smoker, have pets, or simply have annoying kitchen cooking odors that just won't go away? Do you ever hear comments like this?
Gee, Janet, I never thought of fertilizing houseplants with cow dung.
Or has a house guest ever said,
Great room freshener, Bill. What do you call it? Early American locker room?
You've tried carpet deodorizers, spray mist, incense, stick-up fragrance dispensers, and even plug-in devices that temporarily mask the smells in your home. Nothing seems to work. That's why Home Products Incorporated, a division of Frigamall Industries, is proud to announce its latest innovation, Le Clip. With Le Clip, foul-smelling odors seem to miraculously disappear. Simply put Le Clip over your nose and the nose of visitors to your home and see what a difference it can make.
Hiya, Mary. How you been? Wonderful, Janet. Hey, your house smells great.
See how easy? If you pick up Le Clip today, and if you're not delighted with the results, we'll send your money back. Le Clip, by the same company that brought you Le Blindfold, the product that makes messy, cluttered homes look more neat and organized.
Gosh, honey, the house has never looked better.
Le Blindfold and Le Clip.
Pick yours up today.
Okay.
Hey, don't say we didn't warn you. There's laughter ahead.
You guys want to grab lunch?
We can't go anymore.
Holy
That's
cow.
a good day's work, everybody. This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Joining us in the studio, comedian Ed Yeager.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Ed.
How are you?
Good.
Good to see you again.
I'm glad football season's almost here. I love football.
I do too.
I was I was in a hotel room, and I was watching a football game, and I opened the drawer, I pull out the Bible, I turned to John 3:16.
Mm-hmm.
And it actually says, "Sitteth thee in the end zone with a large sign."
Hi, everybody. This is Mark Sweeney, and you're listening to...
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk. There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hi, chick.
There's Josh Arnold.
Chicky. You like that?
I do. The double finger point. There's Jess Hooker.
Hi.
There's Ace Cosby.
What was Sparky? Turn the mic on.
There's Willie Griswold.
Good morning, man.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom.
Thank you very much. Now, we have a number of things happening all at the same time, including Mr. Godwin is back, wearing a crisp new shirt.
He's back, baby.
Look at that tan.
Look at as good as he's ever looked.
Look great.
Oh, I'm still a little chunky, but thank you very much.
Yeah, a little more pushing for the cushion. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, I got some color down in Florida.
Good.
Okay. Now,
Top of my head.
we should point out that we were. You have a song apparently about one of our news stories.
Apparently,
we'll have to go back in time here for just a moment.
I have it.
We have the story. Christy, can you give me the short version?
Yeah, in Texas, a crashed 18-wheeler spilled nearly 40 pounds of pineapple onto Interstate 45 in Montgomery County. There you go. That's the gist of the
When
story.
did that happen?
When?
Yeah.
It happened in the news, you see.
Oh, did we do that story before?
Yeah, we did. Were you not listening?
So, in other words, the freeway's been shut down by a large amount of pineapple. Apparently, no one was badly hurt, so it's okay.
On the road again. Poor trucker spilled something on the road again. This time it's pineapple, the coconut's best friend. The pina colada needs that juicy blend. A trucker lost his load again. Last week it was pigs that flew out of their pens. Now it's pineapples that sweeten up seamen. Now the men have bitter spunk again. Right? Am I right?
So they
say. Road again. Your Hawaiian pizza topping on the highway. 40,000 pounds of them. So there'll be no fruit cup for lunch today. Shut up. Who cares anyway? I made a mistake again. Some poor bastard's getting towed again. Pineapples, turkeys, pigs, and all our furry friends are splattered all over the road again.
That was nice.
The sunburn-headed stranger.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah, I'm so glad it wasn't a Pina Colada song knockoff.
You like that tune, though?
No.
Oh,
I don't either.
Well,
no.
It's a bad story.
You like that one?
I do, yeah.
It's not exactly rock and roll, is it?
No, but I think it's a catchy,
fun.
fun
Party song.
Yeah.
Hello, Al. Oh, look.
Hello.
There we go. It's Al Jackson live.
Sorry, I look like I'm coming to you from heaven.
Yeah, you kind of do.
My iPad, somebody's using my computer because I'm fixing up my studio. So now I'm just talking to you like I'm on the street in New York. How are you guys?
All right.
Looks like you're in a garden. And we're only getting part of your face. There we go. Now we can see you.
I have soundproofing back here.
Mm-hmm. Who's holding your camera? Michael J. Fox?
I have a setup here. I swear to God. Look at all that.
What is going on?
Now, I got a question. What camera are you looking to? It's like where you're
I don't know how to use an chick.
Call us next week.
You're in front of a hedge.
Come on, be nice to
I
Al.
hate technology. I don't know what to do. If anybody out there is listening to me, I realized yesterday at IKEA, I've turned into my dad. I was walking around IKEA at 8:30 last night drinking a black coffee, and I was like, oh, my God, I'm my father.
Mm-hmm.
I hate technology, and I was looking at a house in the mountains to buy because I'm becoming a recluse. So first step, it's happening. I used to be like, how could somebody not live in the city? It's where the party. And now I'm looking at a house an hour away from my job, and I couldn't be happier.
Cool, man. Good.
Well, Al Jackson is our guest. Al is a distinguished stand-up comedian. He is also part of the Daily Blast Live.
Yes.
On a television near you or on the internet. It's kind of a, how would you describe, for those who've never seen it, it's sort of like The View, but with...
tolerable people?
Yeah, I was going to...
People that communicate.
That's kinder than what I was going to say. Al, I just want to say right now, for those that are watching the Bob and Tom Show feed, it looks like you're on one of those doorbell security cameras.
It looks like I've been knocked to the ground.
Yeah. Because it looks like, behind you, it looks like grass, like you're lying down.
Or you're playing outfield at Wrigley and you've got your camera on your GoPro on your glove.
I hate it so much. You know what it is? It's because I have to look at it too, guys.
I see.
And that's the problem.
What a mess.
We're okay. We're focusing on the radio aspect of this. First of all, we're glad you're better. I know you had the COVID.
Yeah.
I was going to say, Tom, I don't know if I'm allowed to disclose on radio that I had COVID. I'll just say that I'm fully prepared to discuss Friday Night Lights now. That's the way that you just tell people you had COVID. Like, yes, I watched. I rewatched The Sopranos. So, okay, I'm glad you're feeling it.
Yeah. When I was recovering from heart surgery, Better Call Saul, watched the whole thing.
Yeah.
Now, Al, we have been talking about phrases that Grandma and Grandpa may have said to you, or Mom or Dad. We've been getting just these tremendous letters from people.
This is my kind of thing.
Some of them terribly politically incorrect. Let me just give you a couple of examples. One of my favorites, I love this one. This dad would say, this is a guy, Joe writes, when looking at a curvaceous, attractive woman, he'd say, I'll bet she wears that skirt out from the inside. Not exactly sure what that means, but I get it. I think she's going to...
Her curves are wearing it out from the inside as opposed to the stuff, where you sit on the outside.
Thanks, Josh.
Yeah.
But aren't curves smooth?
Yeah,
but they're stretching the fabric from the inside.
Yeah. How about this? Let me try this one. This is a World War II guy an old Navy veteran was working with this guy, and he said one of his coworkers was being picked up by a flat-chested, chubby girlfriend. This guy saw her and said, "She's all meat and no potatoes."
Here's one that Tom liked earlier. Scott writes, guy at work, when he sees a pretty lady, always says, "I'd wear that like a gas mask."
I love that one.
So some of them are rather crass, but wonderfully so.
And some of them get a little scatological. This one, this guy's dad would say when someone wasn't too bright, "He's as useful as a fart in a mitten."
I've never heard that.
No.
My dad used to call women foxes.
Yes.
And I think that needs to come back. Because it's not, I'm sure in today's culture, there would be people that had a problem with it, but I always thought foxes were smart. I don't know why.
Yeah.
And I just think it's such an old school way to describe a way, like, man, that woman, she is a fox.
We said she's a fox when we were kids all the time.
Yeah.
Like, oh, man, she's a fox.
Did your dad read Playboy, or was there a particular men's magazine that he gravitated to?
No, it's and I don't mind talking about this. My dad was definitely, looking back on it, I think my dad was 1,000% on the spectrum, definitely. And so, he didn't have any interest in that kind of stuff. One of my favorite stories about my dad, you guys, he was a lawyer. And one of his clients wanted to sign some contract at a strip club, which my dad would never be caught dead in. I know people are like, whatever. Yeah, my dad never. Yeah. He would never. And so famous stories they're about to sign the contract and the stripper came over and sat on my dad's knee. Hey, Daddy, want to go to Champagne? And my dad famously just looked at her and pointed his finger and goes, no. Can you imagine what a mood killer that was? He was so stern that people have to understand. My dad, I never saw him take a bite of food at a restaurant. We would go out to eat, but he would just sit there and drink coffee. My dad never wore any clothing. He's like Jim Harbaugh. He just wore one outfit his whole life, just a V-neck T-shirt when he went in court. V-neck T-shirt, jeans, and loafers with no socks. It was like his uniform, like G.I. Joe.
Have you noticed that this story is sounding more and more like me?
Yes.
I am not. I'm the
no.
And Tom in a strip club going,
Tom,
no.
you and my dad are extremely similar. You both did not drink. You guys are both up at around 3:40 in the morning every day. You guys are the same dude, bro.
Well, Al Jackson helps us with our language. A couple more of these, Al, and I don't know if you remember any from your grandparents or whatever. Some of these are a bit, what's the word I'm looking for? Sexy?
Racy?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The language used can't be used on radio or television, but the essence of it is this fellow would see a hot woman and he'd say, "I'd blank her shadow on a gravel driveway."
I love it.
That's good.
That's crazy.
That's good, though.
Wow. We've received almost 2,000 of these in the last 48 hours. So there are all
these phrases floating around, and I think some people still use them, but you can only use them with certain people. I think that's where you and I do the slang, but I have friends of mine that slang used to be especially very regional. Mm-hmm. So some people would just get what you meant, and other people would have no clue. So I definitely appreciate that. That gravel driveway.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take that with me. I'm like Andy Dufresne taking that opera music to the hole. I'm gonna take that phrase with me.
I like this one. This guy's grandpa would say, "Beauty is only a light switch away."
Or you could just up your standards, bro.
Yeah. Right?
You don't have to settle every time.
Yeah, join a bowling league.
A lot of these are kind of about corporal punishment or the threat.
Yeah.
This guy writes, "If I was misbehaving, my dad would say, we're both going to end up down at the hospital. You to get my boot removed from your ass and me to get my boot back."
So, see, that one, no. That one's too wordy.
Yeah.
That would take too long.
Not that you shouldn't do that.
No, there should be a rhythm to them.
When we were little and we would be really wound up and hyper, my mother would say, "You need to take the wind out of your sails." Yeah.
I've heard that.
Here's one I don't
That's
get.
a very pleasant saying, though. That's almost like, did you grow up on a boat?
No, not at all. It's the most pleasant thing she said.
This guy writes, my dad would say, that guy is so dumb he doesn't know if his ass was drilled or punched.
Hilarious. So funny.
What does that mean?
I don't know, but Al, do you have a word for Tom?
Oh, I'm sorry, Al. Let's go move
I
forward.
do, and I think, well, you know, Christy, we're talking about the sayings. And did I tell you about that saying that I saw on a license plate, and I've thought about it for probably 17 years because I don't get it. It's the weirdest thing I've ever said. It said, "Grandma's the name, teasing is the game."
But what's the game?
It was like
teasing.
Teasing.
Teasing's the game.
Teasin.
Grandma's the name.
It was like one of those things that goes around your license plate, and I was like, "What the hell does that mean?"
Is she a sexy grandma? Is she?
She must
Grandma's
just tease the
name.
grandkids. I don't know.
Yeah, it could be
That's what
either.
I was like. Who are you teased? I thought about that for almost like what? I wanted to like run them off the road. Like, what does that mean?
That could mean a lot of things.
Yeah.
That's kind of creepy.
It's just a weird thing to have on your car. Like, how many people are like, I need this on my car every day? It's a
Somebody
very
bought it.
weird thing.
It's like a lot of bumper stickers. Really? You want to have that on your car? Ugh.
I don't know if I've ever seen one where I'm like, I would like that on my car, and I want that to destroy the paint on my car. It would have to be something very like, you know, benefit breast cancer, something to put on your car forever.
But
come on,
It's like a tattoo.
They're kind of like tattoos, and there are people that would get one tattoo, then get 20.
Yeah.
And we're all got behind that car that's got the 40 bumper stickers. I like it when they're opposing points of view.
Yeah. Coexist next to FU.
That's a more dramatic telling of the way.
Right.
Al, what have you got for me today?
Tom, let's get back into the swing of things. It's been a month. COVID knocked us off balance. Look at me. I'm talking to you like I snuck a phone into jail. But you know what? We can still get these words done. Tom, let's get right back into it. What's the difference between a rack and a dub?
A rack and a duck?
Dub.
Dub.
I wish it was duck now.
Okay, wait a minute. I know this one.
A rack and a dub.
We were just talking about a
I'm going to
dub.
say about 6 ribs. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
I like
Is it a food thing? Like two ribs versus a rack?
I'm sure it's
Oh, okay.
No, it's not.
Now, a dub, I know what a dab is.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
You think you do, but you don't.
Please tell everybody what a dab is.
Yeah, go
A
ahead.
dab is a drug reference of some sort, right? You
Of some, yeah. Well, yeah, yes.
Dabs, right?
That was
But
vague
you don't
enough.
know to what extent?
I forget exactly what kind of dab is.
Go ahead, say what you want to say about a dab.
Well, is that the one that we had the portmanteau with dab and something else? And
Oh, vabbing.
vabbing.
Vaping. Vaping?
No, it was
Vabbing.
vabbing. Yeah.
Vabbing? Okay.
Yeah, this was a thing, Al. I don't know if you guys talked about it on your show, but there's a thing running around the world of TikTok and the internet suggesting that ladies, instead of using perfume, they use their own natural juices, if you will, from the most intimate of their areas, and they put them.
Juices.
they put them in their they put them in their
He said
so-called
juices.
pressure points,
Yeah.
and it's called vabbing.
He's trying to be delicate, but he says
Somehow makes it so much grosser.
worst thing you could ever
Sorry,
say.
but that
A
would
little
be
dab will do you.
is Brill cream.
That's what you want to say.
Yeah, a rack and dub. Okay, boy, this is tough.
Is a rack money, Al?
It is, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
And there was also a song called Rack City, Tom, which you are a resident.
Rack City.
I already like that song.
So a rack is an amount of money. Is dub? Let's see, dub.
It's also an amount of money.
But is it twice as much as a rack?
No.
2 racks don't make a dub.
I don't know what a dub is.
That would be a bumper sticker I buy.
Is a rack
Racks don't make a
is a rack $100 bill and a dub is a $20 bill?
You got half of it right. It's weird. You got the harder one right. I think the dub is a 20. The rack is 1,000. Did you go with 1,000 on that one?
Why is a rack 1,000?
It just is.
Oh.
The same reason a box of ziti is 1,000. Like, that's just what it is.
Sopranos
But
called it
it's
a box of ziti.
Rack. Oh, Tom, now you're going to send me down a rabbit hole of why is a rack $1,000? What would that be? Rack.
What would you? Is there a rack for money at a bank?
You know what
They wrap.
You know what I'm going to guess? You guys, you know how like almost like with the Chinese abacus thing, with the string with the circle around it, you kind of move it over, kind of for old school gambling. Is that called a rack?
Well,
like that little circle.
According to the World Wide Web, originally a rack was a stack of $100 bills that totaled $10,000. But due to the frequency of the use of rack in songs like Racks on the Racks and Rack City, most people refer to $1,000 as a rack now.
I don't. I refer to it as every maintenance issue at my house.
Yes.
A rack. And the
Or
dub.
just everything now. Everything.
Yes. Is the dub 20 because dub is 2?
2, yeah.
Okay, but this is really confusing.
And I guess 10,000 is now a stack.
Yep.
Okay.
So 10 racks equals a stack.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
But now 10,000 used to be called a king grand.
It did?
What?
Wow.
When was that?
Anybody?
This was some guy was
That
messing
sounds
with
like an
you.
old biker gang.
That's that's from a song. Oh God, by the band.
This will be good.
Sea Level.
Sea Level?
Yeah, it's a great band.
Chuck Leavell?
Yeah, Chuck's band. It's a great song, King Grand. I'll dig it up for you. It's obscure.
Can you use that in a sentence? Because it doesn't seem like it flows, even though I love it.
You had to buy a boat, cost me a King Grand.
I love
Man,
that.
you spent $10,000 on that boat? So that's how that conversation would go?
Yeah.
I like it.
Well, if you spend $10,000
really like
on a new boat, it's a dinghy.
Yeah. It's a motor.
In fact, it's a dinghy without a motor.
I was going to say, exactly.
Well, this is interesting. So, you got to be careful then if you're doing business in the underworld with these terms. I mean, if you say rack to one guy, he thinks you mean 1,000, and then you pay him 10,000.
The underworld, huh?
Yeah. I'm sure that's where this is about all that culture of the underworld. Okay. Al, it's great seeing you back in your feet, my friend.
Yeah, man.
I love you guys. I mean, I would rather do a terrible iPad call in than not talk to you. You guys made my day. King Grand. I'm gonna walk with that this weekend.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. And Al, I've got a surprise for you on the way. By on the way, I mean don't look.
Don't get your hopes up.
It's coming. It's in the works. That's all I'm saying. Right. It's a surprise. Thank you very much.
Hey, security? Huh?
Yes.
Peace of mind? Of course. That's Simply Safe. The do-it-yourself, design-it-yourself home security system. They offer comprehensive protection not only against intruders and burglars, but against expensive home hazards like fires or flooding. Oh, water can cause some damage. 24 hours, 7 days a week, professional monitoring. Simply Safe takes action the moment a threat is detected. And Simply Safe uses proprietary video verification technology that monitoring agents visually confirm the threat in order to get higher priority 911 dispatch. And monitoring plans affordably priced at $1 a day, no long-term contract or hidden fees. Because feeling safe at home shouldn't break the bank. Customize the perfect system for your home in just a few minutes at simplysafetom.com. Go today, claim a free indoor security camera, and get 20% off with interactive monitoring. That's simplysafetom.com.
How about this one? This guy writes, my dad would say, I'd lick her bicycle seat on a hot summer's day.
Well, it's all those juices.
This is an adult
Throw in moist and I'm out.
All right, be right back. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Everything about the show is at bobandtom.com. Check it out now. State law.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Got this new venture. It's called Say It to My Face.
Oh.
Pretty good.
Cool.
Hey, Josh, let's say someone talks smack about you on Facebook or Twitter.
Sure.
And the first thing you do is you call me, then I go to their house. And when they answer the door, I'll just yell, say it to my face. And then I'll jack them with a blood dart right to the larynx. And Christy, you and your ladies don't got to worry either, because I got you covered too. See, my friend Tasha and I are launching an all-female company called Oh, No, You Didn't. Well, it's hard to spell on the radio, but in print, it's badass. It's all hymenated.
Hymenated?
Yep. So the next time some chick, calls another chick an obese whale when you post your porta potty selfie on Instagrams, just give me and Tasha a call. She'll go to that chick's house and slap the spit out of her while screaming, Oh, no, you didn't.
You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
You're so weird.
You have no idea. Essential Morning Radio. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
We always like hearing from you, our listeners. Bob and Tom at bobandtom.com. The topic this week has been grandparent sayings, or your uncle, your aunt, things that you've heard that have stuck with you. Some sage advice from your elders, if you will, and you guys have apparently latched on to that topic like a beast, and we love it. Bob and Tom at bobandtom.com. Keep them coming. We love to hear from you, our Bob and Tom listeners. And we also love to hear from our West Coast Mountain correspondent, Al Jackson. You can find out more about him at aljacksonlive.com. And you can also get his children's book. That's right. Not just a talented co-host of the nationally syndicated daytime talk show Daily Blast Live, and a great stand-up comedian, a radio guy. He's also the author of the children's book, Where is Baby Ford? Again, available at aljacksonlive.com as we catch up with Al on this Thursday right here on Bob and Tom 24/7.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. Cleveland Brown quarterback Deshaun Watson practiced yesterday, day one of training camp, as the Browns began preparing for the upcoming season, still not knowing if Watson will be suspended by the NFL for violating their personal conduct policy. Watson has been accused by more than 24 massage therapists in Texas of sexual misconduct. Cincinnati Bengals coach Zach Taylor says quarterback Joe Burrow has had a successful appendectomy, but there is no timetable for his return to the field. Taylor says he doesn't expect the star quarterback to fall behind in practice. Major League Baseball yesterday, interleague action, Detroit, Milwaukee, Colorado, St. Louis, and the Mets all win. American League, your winners, the Angels, Oakland, Seattle, Cleveland, and Tampa Bay, your winners. And in the National League, Philly, the Dodgers, Arizona, and the Reds win. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
If I would say something particularly stupid, writes Ed, my dad would say, boy, you could screw up a 2-car funeral. I don't know what that means.
Peter says, while golfing on a wet morning, my dad said, it's wetter than a cucumber in a woman's prison.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, wow. I get that one.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Good morning, sunshine.
Bob and Tom 24/7, 24/7, 24/7, 24/7.
For Batman, it was Batgirl. For Superman, it was Supergirl. And now, meet Spider-Man's female counterpart. From Bob and Tom Productions, it's the superhero women have known about for years.
All right, Toots, this is a stick-up. Hand over all your money.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, come on, lady, hurry it up. Somebody's going to get hoiked.
Help! Oh, please help! Won't somebody help me?
Let that young woman go, you two ruffians.
Yeah? Who's going to make us?
I am.
Come on, lady. You must be in your mid-50s. Yeah, what do you have going? Some kind of superpowers?
Yes, I do. Take a look at these.
Oh, gross. Let's get out of here.
It's Spider-Vein Woman.
Oh, God, no!
Spider-Man got his superpowers from being bitten by a spider. Spider-Vane Woman got her powers from working as a waitress for 17 years. Don't make Spider-Vane Woman show you her legs, because if she has to, she will.
Look at this one.
I think I'm gonna puke.
Oh, here, hold my purse. I'll show you my hysterectomy scar.
When you need help, call on the only superhero who wears long polyester pants, comfortable support hose, and sensible shoes. She's Spider-Vane Woman. Coming soon to a theater near you.
Hi, this is Dr. Will Miller, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7, which begs the question, why do you need Bob and Tom 24/7?
You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Essential Morning Radio. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
That Ace Cosby joke?
No, we already had the Ace Cosby joke. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Chris,
He's right, we did.
At the news desk. Actually, we did two then. We lived through that. You want to cheat? There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
I checked.
There's Josh Arnold.
I checked.
There's Jess Hooker.
I missed both of the jokes.
Uh-oh.
You don't want to drive another county heard
There's Ace Cosby. There's Willie Griswold.
Yo.
I'm Chick, and here's Tom.
Thank you very much. We just learned from Al Jackson that if one refers to a rack, it means, in slang terms, I've often heard a rack used referencing a woman's bosom.
Right. Yes.
Like her two boobs.
Right.
Nice
Got
rack.
a nice rack, yeah.
But in this case, it means $1,000.
Yeah.
Yep.
Although apparently its origin is $10,000.
It takes him forever to get to it.
I know. Just let him go.
Oftentimes, I've always referred to...
4-hour show, my friend. Then a dub is $20.
Is it 20? Can I get a dub?
I would have assumed that would be $200. Then I mentioned a King Grand, and I was widely mocked.
No, we loved it.
We've never heard of it.
Here's a song. This is a great song from the band Sea Level. Chuck Leavell, who's now the Rolling Stones keyboardist. I'll just play a little bit of this. Here we go. This is Mr. Leavell. Right?
I love it.
This is good. Oh, they really spell it out for
you. This is a really overlooked band if you get a chance. Chuck Leavell was the keyboard player in the second era of the Allman Brothers.
Is it like C-level or SEA?
SEA.
SEA.
Okay.
But his name is Chuck Leavell.
Or the C-level sounds like something in a gyno's office.
No.
You're a little off balance here.
C's crooked.
Get your line.
Dorothy, you got the sledgehammer.
If that's your secret, was their kind of hit.
Okay.
Chuck's been here. He is an interesting guy, and now he really is the Rolling Stones keyboard player, has been for whatever, 40 years or something. But he's a Southern gentleman, and he is an expert on trees.
Can you turn your...
sorry. Do you want to hear a little more?
An expert on trees.
No, seriously.
I know.
Yeah.
More like tree level. Come on.
Isn't that great?
He plays the tree boards for the Rolling Stones, I heard.
Anyways, that's a great song.
More like the Rolling Logs.
Called King.
Come on, folks.
No, Chuck, seriously, he's written books. He's an authority.
We got it.
We believe you.
Yeah, you say it's a long show. We try to have fun with the thing you brought up.
I want to go on with... who do you think cares that he's a tree expert?
Well, I think people who like trees, like me, of course, you'd rather live...
None of us like trees.
Chick, you'd rather live in just a giant hardscape. The only green I want is on a football field.
If one of us went off on a tangent about one of our favorite musicians...
I was trying to say what a renaissance man the great Chuck Leavell is.
The guy running the show wants to say something.
Yes.
Yeah.
You are correct. I've been on his website, and there's articles about that tree stuff.
No, Ace, we believed him. We believed him.
That's
saying,
what you had to add?
We just didn't care to know it.
I'm just saying, the average rock star doesn't have a lot of interests other than trying to cure whichever venereal disease he has this week, and sue his former bandmates. Whereas Mr. Lavelle, a brilliant man, he's a
justifying you bringing this.
He's a farmer.
Well, no,
yes, there is. We were talking about the great song King Grant.
Isn't there a rock star that's like a really good like free throw shooter?
Yeah, it's Art Garfunkel.
Son of a...
Brian May.
Who invited Hooker?
And Brian May is an expert on space rockets, and he plays with the 10 pence coin. These are all things that I shouldn't know.
What we're trying to tell you, Tom, is that you're a boring man.
Okay, I'm sorry.
B-O-R-E, bored.
Are these all the things your dad would tell you growing up? Like, what's something your dad always said when you were a kid?
God damn it, you're ruining Christmas.
Yeah, you know.
Oh, Willie.
Got that about once every year.
That one really stuck with him.
Yes.
It really did.
Man, what did you do there?
Wow. You must have been really
You must
sincere.
have really been bad at that Christmas.
What'd you do that Christmas?
That was a fist fight.
Although it was on Christmas morning, right?
Maybe not actually.
Was he talking to two of you, I assume?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
The duo.
You and Charlie, right?
Yeah.
Good guess. Fight. Well, I'm sorry. We have to get back to the action.
Dylan Shuck got it again.
Christy, what's going on in the newsroom?
Thank you.
A British university has declared that the existence of the Loch Ness Monster is plausible.
Sure.
Following the discovery that some plesiosaurus may have lived in fresh water.
Plesiosaurus.
Yes, please.
Yes, please. Yeah.
Nessie proponents have said that the monster resembles a plesiosaurus with its long neck and small head. Though skeptics have argued that the creatures could not have lived in Loch Ness because they needed a saltwater environment.
Well.
However, researchers from the UK have found fossils of small plesiosauruses in a 100-million-year-old river system that is now in Morocco's Sahara Desert.
How about that?
The findings suggest that some plesiosaur did live in fresh water.
This is irrefutable proof.
Yes.
No, it just means that 60 whatever million years ago, there was one.
Yeah, the university did add, Josh, that the fossil record showed that Plesiosaurus, or however you say it, died out at the same time as the dinosaurs 66
Which is what
million years
makes
ago.
Nessie that much more of a miracle.
True.
A wonderful.
What would it take, Tom? Would Chuck Lavelle have to come in here and tell you that Loch Ness was real?
And a king grant. No, I think maybe the desecrated carcass of one of these animals would be helpful.
Well, there's only one Nessie in the.
Well, then where's the male?
How do they reproduce?
Exactly.
No, they don't. It's the same one.
Oh, it's just.
She's
I
lived
see.
forever.
Well, the interesting look, the most interesting theory about Nessie, and the one that I do believe.
Is this the one from the Loch Ness Tourist Board?
No.
Yeah.
This comes from a less reliable source. Is that there is some sort of tear in the space-time fabric?
Yeah.
In the lake, deep there down in the loch, and Nessie can make her way through it, and so she might only, when she's gone, it could be for years, but here it might only be 6 hours.
Oh,
yes.
Did you read this in an email chain?
No, I discussed it with a man outside of a Big Lots one night.
And what kind of
And that man's name was Chuck Lavelle.
What kind of reefer was he selling?
Yeah, I buy my weed outside of Big Lots. Were you talking to Terry?
Well, when we come back, we'll find out.
Yes, let's go. We can't come back until we go away, though. So let's go away.
There are more things from Grandma and Grandpa. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Got something to say? Send us an email. bobandtom@bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Hi, I'm Morty Gleckman for Casket Carnival.
It's a Casket Carnival. You won't lose your shirt. It's a Casket Carnival. When we shovel on the dirt, we'll make sure you really save before we stick you in the grave. We won't steal from you. Casket Carnival.
We've got lots of games and prizes, and since many of our coffins are scratch and dent or gently used models, we pass the savings on to you at Casket Carnival. And don't forget to say hello to our lovable mascot, Embalmo the Clown.
Hey, yeah, there. Thanks for coming to the Casket Carnival. You're really gonna dig our prices there. Don't forget to ask about our layaway plan, huh? Hey, geez, what's wrong with these people? I'm dying up here, huh? At the cremation station, we want to earn your business. You know, sometimes I wish I were dead.
Hey, don't say we didn't warn you.
Oh, my God.
There's laughter ahead. This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Oh, yeah, it is. Don't forget, you can catch our website for free at bobandtom.com. All the latest highlights, news, information, videos you can click on and watch. Pat Godwin performing in the Performance Room. Ace Cosby telling his joke of the day. There's Kostaki Economopoulos going over all pro lines in the NFL from his Tuesday appearance right here on Bob and Tom 24/7. Today, Jess Hooker and Al Jackson. Tomorrow, our comedian and staff member Jeff Oskey with the news we failed to mention. Thanks for joining us, as always, right here on Bob and Tom 24/7. How you doing?
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee with your Bob and Tom Entertainment News Update. John Mayer portrays a parody version of a rock star in the opening scene of a new film called Vengeance, and he hopes you don't believe that's how he really is. Mayer says he felt mischievous playing into the perception people had of him. Vengeance is in theaters on Friday. The producers of Jeopardy have decided there are two people going to take over the hosting position for Alex Trebek, Mayim Bialik and Kim Jennings. Producers report they'll continue to serve as permanent rotating hosts. The rotation begins this new season in September. And the man who played Big Brother to the title character in the old school sitcom Leave It to Beaver has died. Tony Dow passed away yesterday at the age of 77. His death was announced by a rep and his family a day after a mistaken announcement was released saying he had died. No cause of death officially given, but Dow had been in hospice care after announcing in May he'd been diagnosed with prostate and bladder cancer. Tony Dow starred as Wally, brother to Beaver, played by Jerry Mathers. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show on the way.
Hey, hi, this is Tom.
And this is Chick from the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, Christy, what's the best way to get full access to the show?
Hey, what? You introduced me.
That would be to become a Bob and Tom VIP.
Very good. Now, Josh, what's a feature of Bob and Tom VIP?
Wait a minute.
Well, the live 5-camera video stream of the show, plus a podcast of the show, and comedy from the Bob and Tom archives.
Excellent. Chick, what do you have to say for yourself?
Become a Bob and Tom VIP now. Just go to bobandtom.com/VIP.
See, that was worth the wait, wasn't it?
Bob and Tom. They put the F in professional. Frigamall Broadcasting presents another Bob and Tom Olympic moment in history.
The oldest gold medalist was in 1912 when Oscar Swan took home first prize in a shooting event as a 64-year-old. And while a 64-year-old Olympian is rather amazing, there was almost an 87-year-old winner. At the first Olympic luge competition in Innsbruck, Austria, 1964, the fastest luge run was logged by an 87-year-old Austrian, Johann Liechtensphinkter. Johann amazed the crowd and the judges, who nearly awarded him the gold medal, until it was learned that Liechtensphinkter was not entered in the event or even on the team.
It seems that Johann was a spectator who had slipped and accidentally slid down the track at a record pace. Leaking sphincter left his mark in Olympic history, as well as on the luge track itself.
This has been another Bob and Tom Olympic moment in history.
Hi, this is comedian Rob Haney, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Jimmy Schubert is our guest.
I'll tell you, something happened to me the other day. I was in this diner getting breakfast, and I'm looking at the menu, and I get a stick on the menu called a protein scramble, and I'm looking at it, and basically it's an egg omelet with chicken meat in it. Which is wrong. I mean, you don't take the eggs out of the chicken and then cook the chicken and put it in the eggs. Okay, that's too much chicken. I don't know who's back there cooking some kind of poultry serial killer, some barnyard strangler. That's an omelet that spans 2 generations.
That's wrong.
That's not breakfast, that's a vendetta. You know, that's like taking your hamburger and dipping it into your milk. You don't do it. It's not kosher. You got to separate some things, you know what I mean?
Bob and Tom. 24/7. Oh, yeah.
Get all the ice cream I want.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hey, Chick.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey, Chick.
Josh Arnold is here.
Hi, Chick.
There's Jess Hooker.
Hello.
There's Ace Cosby. Hey. Willie Griswold, hello.
Good morning, Chick.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom.
Thank you very much, Chick McGee.
Yes, sir.
You know, hello, Chick, and thank you.
For what?
For service.
For being you.
Yeah.
What?
I'm a swell. Tom, what's up?
Oh, you know, I take it back.
I'm looking at, once again, stacks of email regarding things Grandma and Grandpa would say.
That would be 10 racks of email.
If there were 10,000, it'd be a king grand.
Very good,
A
Tom.
stack and a king grand are the same thing.
Okay.
What would Chuck Lavelle think about it?
I don't know.
You'd go, look at that oak.
Hey, you'd go,
That pine
you
is...
didn't waste all that
What is that?
those trees to make paper. This is from Eric in Pennsylvania. He said a coworker will say someone who's not that bright. He'll say of him, "Not all the paddles are slapping the water in his canoe."
This person's coworker used to say, "You couldn't get laid in a women's prison with a fistful of pardons."
That's strong.
Fistful of pardons is so fun.
Boy, these are good.
That's almost as good as the one that we really can't read. That involves falling into a barrel.
Yeah.
That is
Right.
great. Yes, yeah.
I don't know if I can say this one. Let's try.
Wait a minute. Is this falling in the barrel of
No, it's not that one. My mother would say, "I will beat you like a redheaded stepchild."
That was big.
I've heard that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's real. Yeah,
That was big. It never made sense.
A lot of hate.
A lot of hate.
No, of course it makes sense. There's nobody in the family with red hair but this step kid.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who's not.
Yeah, it's
So
off.
why beat them?
Because they're not urine.
Now we're back to the kin thing.
That's right.
Let's see. From Wisconsin, Trent writes, "My father-in-law would call me Blister because I showed up when all the work was done."
Nice.
That's funny.
My old basketball coach used to scream when I messed up a play, "Boy, if it was raining soup, you'd be out there with a fork." Coaches are also great for these.
They are so good. Yeah.
You can't make chicken salad out of chicken.
This one, I'm going to have to slightly augment it. I've never heard this before. This is really an interesting sentiment here. My grandfather would say, "If you have to take a dump at someone else's house, you've been there too long."
That's fair.
That is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's an interesting notion that you should.
It's a way to tell time, I guess.
Isn't that also like there's like a Ben Franklin saying that's like house guests and fish go bad after 3 days?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah,
that's
something
true.
like
That's
that.
good.
Yeah.
Well, if you
that's
can,
true.
by the way, if you can hold it for 3 days, yikes. That's
My friend's uncle used to say when he saw a curvy woman, "Damn, girl, you got bumpers in the front and the back."
That's good.
Baby's got back. This is my mom said this all the time. This is from John. He writes, "My mother and grandmother, if they thought someone was a little crazy, would say they're nuttier than a fruitcake."
Yeah.
That was standard.
Oh, that was standard.
That
What was the one? You could F up a one-man parade. I was told that a lot as a kid.
You were told that a lot.
Yeah.
One man parade does seem kind of fun though. You're out there, you got a one man band.
Yeah.
The next corner you change, and then you're giving out candy to the kids.
Nothing about James Taylor and the one man parade song or anything about
I love that. that song.
Yeah, there you go.
There's a song about a one-man parade.
Kind of. It's a
James Taylor
medley.
was actual nuclear scientist or something.
No. James Taylor on his album One Man Dog has an excellent song called One Man Parade. Highly recommend. I recommend that as much as I recommend the song King Grant from Sea Level.
It's a very good song.
Have you listened to any music that was written,
this century?
Yeah.
He does. His daughter's
Dua Lipa.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's because you have kids.
I'm levitating.
And those are the ones you pick. Wow.
Yeah.
I love
There's good music out there, too.
that song.
All right.
We have Christy Lee at the news desk. Apparently a contrarian today.
Me?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes.
No, I'm not.
Oh, yes, you are.
Well, you just were.
I'm sorry. If he decrees it, it is so.
Okay. Then you do the damn news.
Well, see, I'm upset about this one story. I will do it.
What?
I hate it when they do this.
What?
They're changing the name of the Murder Hornets.
Oh,
they are?
Yeah,
Why?
Because it offends murderers.
Yeah, it's politically incorrect. Yes, thank you. It offends murderers.
I kind of wondered about it when they came out. There's like, that's not going to.
The Entomological Society of America.
Take it easy on her.
Entomological Society. That's the name.
got it, yeah.
The Entomological Society.
Entomological. Okay, you read that. What is
You said it right. Entomological.
Thank you. Has adopted northern giant hornet.
You know, he don't want to adopt a redheaded stepchild.
Well, who else are you going to be?
So, I'm sorry. So, the new name of the murder hornet is what?
The northern giant hornet.
Not as scary.
It sounds like
now.
a minor league baseball team.
It does.
Murder hornet also sounds like a minor league baseball.
Well, the species is called a Vespa mandarinia.
That's because they're so big they can drive
Drive a
an
Vespa.
Italian motor scooter.
Native to Asia, the northern giant hornet, or murder hornet, has been the target of eradication efforts in Washington State and British Columbia, Canada, after the insects were first discovered in both locations back in 2019. They've been referred to as murder hornets for their ability to kill other bee and hornet species.
They decapitate them for fun.
The new name is intended to comply with ESA's Insect Common Names Guidelines. I don't know what those guidelines are, but apparently you can't name a bug after a murderer.
But murder hornet says it all.
Yep.
But I thought it was because they murdered people. They don't murder people. They don't sting and kill people.
I
guess
don't know how
if you're
poisonous
allergic, yeah.
or venomous they are. I don't know.
They kill other bees, though.
They screw up the ecosystem.
Yeah.
In any event,
You know what, Jess? Maybe that's it. Maybe they don't want to. Maybe the murder hornet people are like, these are going to kill us.
Yeah.
And so people were scared.
And did I read that this will send Josh into
a tizzy?
All bees and hornets come from Asia, and they didn't want to call it Asian because that would highlight
where they came from.
People that were upset with the Asians. I guess.
Oh.
What?
Yeah.
All
that's
bees.
what it said. I think all bees and hornets come from Asia.
Well, no, they're because they're Africanized.
worldwide, aren't they?
Yeah.
I thought so. I don't know.
They come from. They originated from.
Really? Well, that's good then. Bees,
But murder hornets, then that would be, as Willie, I agree, would be a great name for a minor league baseball team. You take them seriously.
Sure.
I think there are murder hornets.
Someone they need to. Yeah. Somebody should.
Not like the manslaughter hornets are coming.
Yeah, no. Yeah,
he made bail.
Kind of an accident.
Attempted.
Oh yeah, the attempted
It wasn't
murder.
well thought through. Yeah.
I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
No.
I just hit him with my car.
What if they give him more like like a comic book name?
Like
Danger Flies.
I like Danger Flies.
I like
Danger Flies. Sounds like a badass fly fishing company.
It does.
Danger Flies. Massive flying pricks.
What?
Is that your team?
Listen to that.
Wow.
Shit. You're the manager of that team, Kyle.
Massive flying pricks.
OJ Hornets. I just like murder hornets.
I do too.
A better name.
Yeah, that doesn't.
And now that we've all gotten used to it, we know what they
Northern
are.
giant hornet.
Now
Nobody's going to know what they're talking
Yeah,
about.
this is they shouldn't change the name of anything.
It sounds cartoonish now, and I don't take it as seriously. Right? Yeah.
You take a murder hornet seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah, heck yeah.
All right. Well, do we have any other animals in the news?
Yeah, we have a lot of animals in the news. Authorities in the Japanese city of Yamaguchi are arming themselves with...
Yamaguchi?
Love
what
those
are
bags.
He's a pepper. He's a I'm a Gucci.
I'm a Gucci. I'm Gucci, goo.
Hey, guys, let Christy speak, please.
Oh, you are the voice of reason now among interrupting Christy.
That's right.
They're arming themselves with tranquilizer guns following a spate of monkey attacks.
Oh, monkey.
See, now this is a cool story. We've got.
Wait a minute. Monkeys have guns? Is that what you just said?
No, we have armed authorities.
Why?
They're armed
Why do
with,
I try?
They're armed with tranquilizer guns to pick off monkeys. How
And we're
cool
going
is
to come
this?
back with that story.
Chick, would you go?
Because you've pissed me off.
Would
and
you
I don't
go
wanna talk
see a
anymore.
movie opening day called Monkeys with Guns?
Yes!
Only if it's a documentary do I want to go see it. Only if it's a doc.
Okay, well, we'll find out about
Why haven't they done that? Just gone out, get like 30 monkeys, put guns out there, and go back and see what happens.
This is not a joke. One of the Jurassic Park sequels, they were going to give the Velociraptors guns.
Are you
yes,
serious?
they were going to be these trained soldiers. I wish it had happened.
They talked them out of it?
Yes, and they ended up not doing it.
Wow. Okay, we'll get back to this and many more things, but first I'll remind you.
100.
Quiz.
What?
What's your sleep number setting, Chick McGee?
100.
He's psychic.
More of a rhetorical.
It's 100.
Josh, what's your sleep number setting?
65, and I know that because that's where my pressure points are, and 65 alleviates them.
I see. Christy Lee, what is your sleep?
Well, I went to the Sleep Number store and they told me that mine would be 45 for the very same reason.
And the point of the story is you touch a button and you set the firmness of your mattress just like that. Either side of the bed has its own setting, so everybody's happy. Even happier right now because Sleep Number is having this is a real first for them. This is the biggest savings ever on the famous Sleep Number 360 C4 smart bed. The Queen is now only $12.99. That's Sleep Number's lowest price ever. And remember, they say at Sleep Number, every great day starts the night before. The Sleep Number bed, I love mine. My Sleep Number Crisp 85, thank you. The Sleep Number store, how do you find it? sleepnumber.com/BT show. That's sleepnumber.com/BT show. Tell them the Bob and Tom show sent you. I know you're going to love your Sleep Number bed. And remember, the one you try in the when you're in the store, when you get home, if you go, you know something, that was a little too firm. Bzzzt. Now it's perfect. It's just right. They've got all kinds of cool stuff, by the way, including some very special stuff called temperature balancing bedding. That's right. You want that nice, cool pillow? Check it out. Now, when we come back, we will once again review things in the news, including those tube people that you see at the used car lot. You know, those things, whatever you call them.
Yeah,
the wavy guys?
Wavy guys,
Wavy
yeah.
guys.
They're in the news in the world of animals, of all things. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom, well-meaning, but
yeah, they're all messed up.
More than slightly confused.
How you doing? Mark Allison along with you on a Thursday. That's right. We're here in the Bob and Tom studios going through your emails of all the things that you have, old-time sayings. Let's go to the email and do an instant one. When I go out with my friend and sees a girl all dolled up on the make, he always says, "She didn't get lips like that blowing on soup." That's from Randy. An old-time saying just randomly sent to us. She didn't get lips like that blowing on soup. That's right. And you don't get old-time sayings like that anywhere else but right here on Bob and Tom 24/7. Good morning. I'm Mark Allison with things you may have missed. Usually on a quiz show, there's only one right answer to a question, but the producers of Jeopardy have decided there are two correct answers to a question people have been asking since Alex Trebek died in 2020. Who should take over as host of the show? Well, the dual answer now, Mayim Balik and Ken Jennings. Producers say they'll continue to serve as permanent rotating hosts. An announcement made by Jeopardy executive producer Michael Davies says Bialik and Jennings give the show two outstanding hosts with their own fan bases who can attract new fans and hold on to traditional viewers of the game show. The rotation between the two will begin with the new season in September. They both have signed contracts agreeing to the deal, and we have two new hosts of Jeopardy. Congratulations to them both. In other news, the Federal Reserve on Wednesday raised its benchmark interest rate by a hefty 0.75 of a point for a second straight time in its most aggressive drive in more than 3 decades to try to tame high inflation. The Fed's move will raise its key rate, which affects many consumer and business loans, to a range of 2.25% to 2.5%, its highest level since 2018. Chairman Jerome Powell gave mixed signals about the Fed's next moves. And that's a look at things you may have missed. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Boy, this week in Fort Mitchell, Kentucky sure has a lot of dummies in town. It's the annual ventriloquist convention.
Morning, Bob and Tom Show. I'm sorry? What did you say? From the ventriloquism convention?
Yeah. And I'm not moving on this.
I can tell. We can tell. I can tell your lips are pretty still there. Jerry, what's the name of your partner?
Timmy.
Timmy?
It's Julie.
Can Timmy? Can Timmy speak into the phone? Hand him the phone.
You're going to drink some water.
Drink some water while talking to us. Okay, great. Go ahead.
I'll have to call you back.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
My fiance and I have been together for over 4 years. I love her so much, but I have a lot more sexual experience than she does because of her Catholic upbringing. I have brought up the idea of sharing her with another guy or sending her off to go have sex with someone else.
Sending her off, Chip.
You know, like you would with a dog to train her. When you get
All right, first off, every Catholic girl I've ever been with has been way more experienced than I was.
Oh, yeah. I believe
that is a misnomer.
I believe the phrase you use is, where did you learn that?
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Good morning, sunshine.
Bob and Tom 24/7, 24/7, 24/7.
Morning, Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, gang, it's Ken Tarmac.
Hey!
Hey, we just landed. I got a call on the white courtesy phone. I'll tell you what.
What?
Corporate has spy goggles today. They can find me anywhere.
Really?
So I'm on the plane. I'm on the 620 guy. Like I was saying, I'm next to some guy that kept going on and on and on today.
Yeah.
And almost ruined. Oh, gosh. I have another phone call.
You do?
Oh, and it's Tobic.
Uh-oh.
And I don't want to take this one.
Why not?
Hey, you want to hear a trick?
Well, okay.
Watch how I lose them. All you have to do is duplicate your voicemail greeting, and they have no idea it's not you.
Oh, okay.
Just listen to this.
All right.
I'm going to click over.
Okay.
Listen, I've got to memorize it, though.
Okay.
Okay, hang tight. Hi, you've reached gold level sales leader Kenneth Tarmac. I'm sorry I can't take your call at the moment, but your call is very important to me. I check messages every quarter hour unless in flight, in which case I'll answer upon landing. So after the tone, please leave me your name, 2 numbers, and a brief message. Or you can Skypage, text, or preferably email me at ktar_backslashcloser.com. He's still talking.
Is he talking?
Yeah, he's still chatting me up. Oh, God. I'll catch you later.
Bye.
I'll get it off of this.
All right, bye.
We just landed and I pulled it off again.
Oh, you did?
I don't believe I called Bob.
Hi, this is Bob and Tom 24/7. My name is Jim Gaffigan. I have to go and, well, I just had a so you know where I'm going.
Hey, guy, it's Kid Tarmac. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. Kid Tarmac.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. At the news desk, it's Christy Lee.
Hi.
In the performance room, it's Pat Godwin.
Hello, Chick.
There's Josh Arnold.
Chick, you want to ride in a hot air balloon with me this summer?
No, thank you.
Oh.
The landing's
Is it because
gonna
I'm
be a
fat?
bitch.
No, it's because I've done it before.
I see.
There's Jess Hooker.
Hi.
There's Ace Cosby, manning the track phone hotline, hot phone. There's Willie Griswold.
Good morning.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom.
My man, hang on a second. My man, 50 racks.
Mm-mm.
Nope.
No.
What's a name that rhymes with rack?
Jack.
There you go.
Hey, Jack, a 50 racks.
Oh,
Here comes old Jack of the Racks.
Jack at it over.
Once again, a rack is, am I correct?
2 boobs.
10 bills.
Oh, you're talking the money thing.
Yeah.
The rack is $1,000.
Right.
And the stack is $10K.
Oh, there you go.
That's right.
Stack's a king grand.
Yeah.
There we go. A little math for you. That'd be interesting. An SAT designed around slang terms for money. That'd be a good question.
Yeah. I probably would have paid more attention to math if those were kind of the word problems.
Yeah.
So, like a thing, like if your dealer's on a subway train going 20 miles an hour north.
I'm not a big druggie, but
you're stoned and can't figure out which train. Sorry. Chris Dealey at the news desk. We just learned that they've changed the name of the Murder Hornets. I don't approve.
Yeah, Murder Hornets was better than Northern Giant Hornet.
Yeah.
I think they went ahead and did it without caring what you thought.
Yeah, but they've taken a couple of years to establish Murder Hornets in our heads, and now all of a sudden they switch it up. Not fair. Stop it.
Life isn't fair. Haven't you been taught that yet?
Oh, I know that.
Remember how awkward it seemed when we referred to the World Wildlife Fund?
Yeah.
Remember it was WWE or WWF?
WWF,
They had to change it, right?
Yeah.
So they owned it.
Yeah, the WWE said, hey, well, I guess we'll change.
Yeah, we're out.
Now, my favorite story today actually involves the world of science. And,
We're not done with the monkeys.
We got more with monkeys?
We never...
You guys never let us finish.
the story. I only got one
we got
line
monkeys being picked off by
We didn't get that
cops with-
far.
Okay, go ahead.
All right.
Authorities in the Japanese city of Yamaguchi are arming themselves with tranquilizer guns following a spate of monkey attacks. Since July 8th, there have been attacks on 58 people by Japanese macaques that are trying to snatch babies, biting, clawing flesh,
You got the snatching. Okay.
and sneaking into nursery schools.
Oh, my gosh.
That has to stop.
The children. They're getting the children now.
The monkeys will stop on their own. There's only been 58 attacks.
City official Masato Sayato said the monkeys appear to be targeting mostly children and the elderly. What? With traps proving unsuccessful, Yamaguchi City Hall has since hired a special unit to hunt the animals with tranquilizer guns. The attacks are said to be unusual, and officials are puzzled as to why they are occurring. I've seen this. Have you seen the video of a monkey stealing a baby?
Yeah.
It's awful.
Do they eat them?
I don't.
Maybe just their face.
Yeah, the monkeys are.
They get the baby. They got the baby back.
Oh, okay, good.
I want my baby back.
This is terrifying.
That is.
You know, see what they're baiting them with?
What?
No.
A very jumpable bed.
They love jumping on the bed.
Yeah, until they fall off and crack their head.
The reason that they're going nuts because they're upset about losing the Choco Taco.
I don't blame them. I'd kidnap a baby for a Choco Taco.
Your team Choco Taco?
I am, yeah. I think they're very good.
Do you think they'll bring them back because everybody's throwing such a...
Well, you talked about there's some fatty fat out there that might buy the company.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you know that person's fat.
I don't think the person was fat. I think the person was just really rich.
I found a
can be fat
recipe.
and
We
rich.
can make them homemade.
Ooh.
The Choco Taco?
Yeah.
I don't know why
I don't know what he's sitting here. Tomorrow's another day. I think it's Choco Tacos.
Choco Taco Day.
I'd say Choco Tacos at 6:01.
Yesterday, I guess, was National Walk on Stilts Day, and I forgot to bring that up, too. Sorry.
Wish I'd known that.
Tom, you love them so much. Have you done it?
What?
Walked on stilts.
Oh, yeah.
And not the paint things.
No. I used to, when I was a kid, I had two different pairs of stilts, one wood, one metal.
Is that true? He had two pairs, not because the one couldn't do.
What? Yeah,
I hear him. I had 4 pogo sticks growing up because I loved a pogo. So that's weird. I know. Yeah.
Now, just I
had friends.
There's a photograph, Christy. I don't know if you've seen this one. It shows this is like a poster from a scary movie.
Are you talking about the macaques now?
It's the macaque. It shows the door to this house with like a glass door, and there's this big monkey face just staring right at
That is scary.
That is terrifying.
That macaque staring at you.
like a Stephen King.
When monkeys attack.
Cover.
What did you say the movie would be called? Monkeys with Guns?
Yeah, monkeys with guns.
On the other hand, how would you like to be? How would you like to be a very brave police officer? You've trained to be a police officer, and then You're on monkey duty. Because that's what these guys are doing. They're sitting there with tranquilizer guns.
and that's what they're dodging.
Right.
Monkey duty.
Are they just saying they're tranquilizers?
Yeah,
They're saying that.
Yeah.
Why not just poison them to death?
Poison?
What?
They're,
That's
you know,
guerrilla
some of these monkeys are
warfare.
recidivists. They're going to wake up from the tranquilizer
why
and go,
not just shoot
hey, what was
them?
I doing? Oh, that's right, eating a baby's head.
Why don't we just shoot? This is the
Repeat
thing.
offender.
Get some quality hunters out there and cull the herd. We're just become so pussified. We didn't want to hurt the monkeys. We're going to.
You're going to mess with the ecosystem. You can't do that.
No, they're
Because we
not
don't wanna
part of the
kill animals.
ecosystem. We've already invaded the ecosystem. These monkeys are attacking.
They're invading our ecosystem now. They're walking into nursery homes.
Okay, who was here before? Us or them?
Them.
Who built civilization? Is there
Top of the food
Do you
chain.
see a
We win.
monkey flag on the moon, baby? No. USA. USA.
USA.
What's a nursery home?
He meant nursery.
It's where old babies go.
It's just babies that play Chinese
I was
checkers.
confused by that, too.
Walkers.
I did say nursery home, didn't I? I'm sorry. Thank you for calling me. Yes,
I
yeah.
liked it. I liked
Yeah.
it very much.
How those Choco Tacos doing for tomorrow?
I'll work on it.
We can do it next week if you want.
Thanks. I appreciate that.
These monkeys are terrible. They used to be fine. There's the famous pictures of
They
them.
used to be good monkeys.
No, there's pictures of them relaxing in the in the what do they call it? The natural
hot springs.
Hot springs.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And they were too busy singing to put anybody down.
Hey,
we're the monkeys.
No. Chicks tried to play this game earlier, and no one was playing.
Nobody
with
would
them.
play.
No. Nobody was
That's
playing.
because he just clod hopped it.
It's all about the
You
setup.
mean TV monkey, man?
Maybe I did.
See, you didn't know I was
Maybe
going
that's
there.
all I've got left, Josh.
Peter Tork? Just right on the nose.
Look, we're just trying to be friendly.
We're down to one monkey.
We are. I think he's touring though.
Yeah, he is.
Look, a tribute to the.
Which one is it?
Tonight.
Mickey Dolenz.
What would the what's the song now, Pat?
Hey, I'm the monkey.
That's just mean.
Just crying.
People say I'm monkey around.
Okay, now let's get back to the news desk. I think we have a couple of other really interesting stories about nature.
The Rockhampton's Botanic Gardens in Australia is using those giant wavy inflatable tube people as part of an effort to deter bats. They say the bats are damaging the gardens and interfering with the nearby airport. As for how the inflatable figures deter bats, Counselor Grant Mathers explained, quote, because the motion of the air dancers appears random, it's less likely that the bats will become used to them in the environment and settle near them.
Oh, I gotcha.
Air dancers?
Yeah, those big
Those
wavy-
things you see,
at the car
and
dealers.
actually the advantage is now it's really helping with used car sales.
Oh, good. Good.
At the
Those are up.
museum, yeah, I love those things. And I guess the guy that invented it didn't really benefit from it. Is that correct?
I don't know.
He loves the
I got
Jess
Tom.
Hooker, yeah.
I got you tabletop.
I know.
one.
I've got it in my office.
Really?
Yeah, a little tabletop
Wavy
Air
man.
dancer.
Wavy man.
Yeah,
whatever
wavy
they're
man.
called.
I don't remember what they were called on the toy. Yeah. Huh.
I was outside the other day at dusk, and I was watering flowers, and when dusk.
It sounded so dramatic. I'm sorry.
No, it does get dramatic, and I was watering my flowers, and a bat flew out of it, scared the bejesus out of me.
Lucky thing you didn't get caught in your clothes since you were naked.
I wasn't naked. Why would I be naked watering my flowers?
Because it's a much better story.
I'm always naked.
You lead with, I was outside naked watering my flowers. People are going to listen.
They're listening.
They're going to
I have
say,
too
shut up,
many
Lloyd, turn up
neighbors
the
to do
radio.
that.
Did you hang your bat house?
Not yet.
No.
There's some controversy about where to put it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
My grandpa.
You say the wall. He says up your.
Well, here's what you forget about if you have a bat house is the bat poop.
Oh, the guano.
Yeah, the
Guano,
guano is, I guess, a real problem. So you can't have
Really?
them like near where dogs would be, or so we are having some problems.
Pat, you know, Christy Garden's in the nude.
I know.
Have you seen her tulips?
Oh, but I've seen a begonia.
Okay.
If I
Or
lived in
is
the
the line,
country,
no,
I
I
would
haven't
do
gotten
that.
close enough. I don't know what the joke would be then.
If I lived out in the country, I'd garden nude. I don't
Why?
care. Why not?
I feel like you get
I
itchy.
love being naked.
Ants crawling up inside.
You don't like being naked, do
Inside?
you?
ants crawling
Yeah.
up inside.
You know, because she's full of snow cone.
That's where they get that snow cone stuff from.
You are so afraid of being naked. What
I'm
is
afraid of
wrong
being
with you?
naked. I don't even like eating outside.
How much for you, in a very non-sexual way, Tom, for you and I to both get completely naked and just hug for 10 seconds?
Just shirtless. Just shirtless.
Just hug like you're standing right here.
Just a king grand.
In clothes.
Just hug it.
A king
Just
grand
hug him.
or a stack, whatever
Just
you want to
hug
call
him
it.
right now.
That's okay, I'm busy.
Without him wincing.
Yeah. Josh, don't you want to get a famous Tom Griswold hug? A famous one arm touching your shoulder and the other one patting you on the chest?
I have a girlfriend who to this day talks about the time she ran into you and hugged you and forgot that you're not a hugger, and she's still mortified by the fact that she did that.
Oh, I'm sure I look like the cat in those cartoons.
Pepe Le Pew.
She's like, oh my God, I can't believe I just did that.
And Pepe Le Pew has been canceled,
Yeah.
which makes no sense because it was all about consensual. Everyone's missing the point. Got some great letters here. Keep them coming, by the way. Bob and Tom at bobandtom.com. I'm really enjoying this. My grandpa would see a hot woman. He'd say, I'll show her the best 6 seconds of her life.
That's fun.
That is
Excellent.
That's
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
A lot of these are really horny grandpas.
Yeah. I like when they're kind of self-deprecating, too. And it's not just some weird thing about a doorknob and a lady.
I think they've always,
1987. Oh, go ahead, Jess.
no, I think they've always just been horny guys. They just grew into grandpas.
Well, and that was before Viagra, so these guys
Right.
were really horny.
Remember when Rodney Dangerfield asked that woman in Caddyshack, hey, how'd you like to make $15 the hard way? What an insane. You can't just go around.
Rodney could.
Yeah.
Perry writes, my grandfather always said he was busier than a long-tailed cat in a room full of rocking chairs.
That's funny.
See, that's folksy and
What the hell does that even mean?
You're going to run if you're a long-tailed cat in a room full of rocking chairs.
so
Constantly moving
okay,
around.
I got it.
okay.
1987, Fort Benning, GA, basic training. Drill sergeant, mind over matter. I don't mind and you don't matter.
That's good. I like that very much. Words of wisdom from the elderly.
Here's some. The more you stir a turd, the worse it stinks.
Well, it's true.
That is true, Grandma.
Here's one that's totally inappropriate.
I wasn't talking to you, Grandma.
I'm not even sure I can read this one. It's so rough.
Well, then don't.
It's not stopped you
Can you
9 out
edit
of
it?
10 times this
You can
morning.
clean it up. You're
Yeah.
a
That's not the issue. It's more the idea than the language.
Oh.
Give it a read. What do you think, Christine?
On my wedding day, my grandmother's. I have not read this.
I don't know.
On my wedding day, my grandmother shared with me some words of wisdom.
Uh-oh.
Sometimes it's easier to lay there 20 minutes than to argue for 3 hours.
Oh, my.
You hear that, ladies? You take that woman's advice to heart.
It's only funny because it's true.
20 minutes?
Whatever happened to the good old days of grinning and bearing?
Or wifely duties.
Yeah.
The chore.
Joe
Want them
writes,
to cheat on you or not?
my uncle would say during slow dances that women would be a lot more fun to dance with if their boobs were on their back.
I've heard that.
Lord.
That would be
Boy, oh boy.
having some back squeezers. That'd be a good
Here's
time.
a
I'm starting to think
variation.
men are terrible.
Starting to.
We are the worst, aren't we?
Robert writes,
Yeah.
my dad would say, my luck is so bad, it could be raining, and I'd get hit in the head.
Yup. I've heard that one.
I love it.
You have to kind of fill in the blanks.
So, in other words, Christy, it could be raining women, and he'd get hit in the head with a man.
Or parts thereof.
Right.
That'd be, can you see that in the evening news?
It's rain.
Look, guys, meteorologists.
Yeah.
Angela, so what's happening? It's raining what?
Cats and dogs.
Well, cats in a way.
Uh-huh.
Just take an umbrella.
Okay, I'm sorry. Christy, we have time for one more news story. What do we have?
Well, you've heard of Sharknado.
Yes.
But a clip going viral online shows one great white leaving a so-called poonado in a diver's face.
Oh
my
hey,
gosh.
would you rather be bitten? Or,
In the 3-second clip, which was shown on the Discovery Channel as part of Shark Week, the shark can be seen leaving a huge trail of feces near a few divers in the water. As it swims away, the shark's tail creates a tornado-like effect with its fecal cloud.
Oh, my gosh, I'm looking at the picture.
In another clip from a diving group known as Mega Predators of Oz, a diver can be seen making a disgusted face, though the incident was not without scientific merit. In the special, Dr. Charlie Hevners said his team of biologists tried to get a sample of the giant shark's feces for analysis, which is why they were doing that. Ugh.
I see.
How do you get the sample?
You got
very carefully.
Yeah.
Get out there with a net and then hope he doesn't turn around. This shark is huge.
But it's a great white.
I hadn't seen this until
This is going to be its own special next year for Shark Week.
Poo-nado?
All shark poo. Yeah.
Poop-nado.
What will it be a part of there, Pat?
Shark Week.
Well, it's a great white shark. It is white, by the way.
Sure.
The poo?
No,
yeah, it is. It looks like a cloud of
the fecal cloud is quite.
It's not
white.
brown like a person.
Well, because it's diluted?
Is it clean?
No, because all they eat's fish.
That's right.
Yeah.
So if all they ate were fish, it would come out white?
Exactly.
Yeah, probably with scales.
Doesn't the poonado sound like something you'd hear about? Vince Neil from Motley Crue doing something.
He gets a lot of poonado.
Yeah, get rid of the poonado.
Oh, boy.
Oh, man. Wow.
Tubgirl.com.
Yikes.
Ew.
That just took me back, buddy.
How does that theme from Da-dum.
Da-dum,
Da-dum, da-dum, da-dum, da-dum. Dump. Okay. Give me the teaser, Christy.
Well, we have our history lesson coming up.
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah.
Why should the day be any different?
I've been so engaged in the chuckling.
Yeah.
On a serious note, you got to help yourself. It's very important to keep yourself in shape mentally as well as physically. BetterHelp Online Therapy can assess your needs and match you up with your own licensed professional therapist in less than 48 hours. BetterHelp is not a crisis line. It's not self-help. It's professional therapy done securely online. And it's available to you wherever you are. You can log into your account anytime and send a message to your therapist. If you want, you can schedule weekly video or phone sessions. You don't have to, by the way, be on video if you don't want to be. With therapy, it can take a few tries to find the right fit for you. BetterHelp makes it easy and free to change therapists if needed. It's more affordable than traditional offline therapy, and financial aid is available. Visit their website to get some reviews. See what other people think. BetterHelp.com/reviews. Maybe this is for you. Do something nice for yourself and your head. They've got special offer, of course, for Bob and Tom Show listeners. What is it? Well, you get the first month. How about this? 10% off at BetterHelp.com/BT Show. That's BetterHelp.com/BT Show. Better HELP. BetterHelp.com/BT Show for 10% off that first month of online therapy. When we come back, as you mentioned, Christy, a little bit of history. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
This is the Bob and Tom Show. Tell us what you think. Call 888-BOB-TOM-1. More of the Bob and Tom Show next.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Norman, honey, what you doing? It's getting late.
I'm downstairs, honey. Just getting some cereal. Snookums.
Thank God he found it. I was getting desperate. I hope this works. You know, Judy tried it with Ted, and she said he's become insatiable.
Boy, will Snookums be in for a treat, because her hubby is chomping on the new cereal for men who are sexually dysfunctional. It's Nuttin' Raisin, honey.
This sure is tasty. Honey, I'll be right up.
Nuttin' Raisin Honey, the cereal that gets you up in the morning, or any time for that matter. Nuttin' Raisin Honey. Eat them from the bowl or right out of the box.
Hey, this is comedian Ron White, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, thanks for listening to the Bob and Tom Show this morning. You can catch any part of the show you missed later today on our YouTube channel. That's right. Bob and Tom has a YouTube channel. If you haven't explored it, you probably should get to it. You can also scream. One of these days I'll be able to talk. You can stream the show live each morning as well on Bob and Tom's YouTube channel. I need some more coffee. Can you believe it? You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee with your Bob and Tom News Update. The Federal Reserve has raised its benchmark interest rate by a hefty 0.75 of a point for a second straight time in its most aggressive drive in more than 3 decades to tame high inflation. The latest Fed move raises its key rate, which affects many consumer and business loans, to a range of 2.25% to 2.5%. That's the highest level since 2018. The scorching heat spell in the Pacific Northwest is expected to last longer than forecasters had initially predicted. That means parts of the normally temperate region remains on course to break heat wave duration records. David Bishop of the National Weather Service says his office in Portland predicts 100 or 101 degrees the rest of the week. Portland, by the way, hit 102 yesterday. Hey, you're looking for a big diamond? Well, look no further than what was pulled out of a mine in Angola. The pink diamond, a whopping 170 carats, and is being called the largest one of its kind, found in 300 years. The Lulo Rose, named after the mine that produced it, is more of a trend than a blip for this particular mine. The owner says they've already produced 2 of the largest diamonds ever found in Angola, including a 404-carat clear diamond. And that's going to make your hand hurt. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Hey, man, it's Donnie Baker. And the fact remains there's nothing better than being a VIP. And I don't mean like us dudes on Pervert Rabbit Xanadu's. I'm talking about a Bob and Tom VIP. Best thing, you'll never miss another minute of the show. I swear to God. You can hear the show here in the morning, and then because you're a Bob and Tom VIP, you'll get the podcast of the entire show, a 12-month library of podcasts, hundreds of Bob and Tom comedy tapes, and a 60-day video archive of the show. Bob and Tom VIP. You have to get it. It's state law.
Bob and Tom.
For your information, these are 2 of the worst kids I have ever encountered in my life, and I worked the state fair.
We were stupid before stupid was cool.
I bet you were fun in school.
Had a good time at school.
Yeah, I bet the teachers loved you.
Yeah, they did. They did. Yeah, right. Yeah, I went to school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me ask you about this. You look like you spend a lot of time lifting weights. Are you a fitness buff?
Oh, yeah, I like to pump a little iron, you know what I mean? I drink the protein shakes, take the vitamins, take the St. John's for my wart. I do the whole thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah. You got a wart, do you?
I like to go out, I like to chalk up. The whole key is chalking up. You got to chalk up when you go. You got to chalk it up. I got the weight belt on. Chicks dig the weight belts. They dig the weight belts with a name on the back. You know, Steve. I don't know who Steve is, but he's missing his weight belt. Is that what you were waiting for? That's yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I like to pump it up. You got to be in top shape because I play golf.
You do?
You guys know the golf bit.
Oh, yeah.
I love golf. I play a lot of golf. I got some new golf jokes. I play a lot of golf. Oh, yeah. Every hole, like 14,000 strokes. That's a lot of golf. You know what I mean? I look like a propeller out there just swinging away. I love golf. I swing with one hand. I don't even use 2 hands. I don't care. The instructor's always trying to change your grip like, hey, you're not the boss of me. I hit that ball as hard as I can, walk 6 feet, and hit it again. Every hole I use the driver. Par 3, I don't want to see a 7-iron. I let the big dog eat. I grip and rip it. I got the weight belt on. Steve's playing some golf, baby. You give me a golf cart, a 12-pack, and a lake. I'll show you how to have fun all day. You ever wonder how far a golf cart can go in a lake before it sinks? You ever wonder? 13 feet. I love golf. What a sport. It's a good sport.
You don't say we didn't warn you. There's laughter ahead. This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
So, Mark, you're a single guy.
Yeah, I tell you, though, it's tough because I got these neighbors behind me.
Really?
My neighbor, Gail, very...
Gail?
Gail is a woman who just moved. Her bedroom wall is right behind mine, and she has a new boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
And I found this out. His name is...
You know you're too high when you're eating cereal naked and your girlfriend tells you to put some clothes on. You realize it's not your girlfriend. It's just a woman on a bus. That's how you know you're too high.
Hello, this is comedian John Evans. Padoom, padoom, padoom.
Very excited. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hi, chick.
What, one song today? How many?
3.
Whoa.
But you're wore out.
2 in 1 break, and then, exhausted.
There's Josh Arnold.
Hello.
There's Jess Hooker.
Hi.
There's Ace Cosby. Hey. Manning the track phone hotline, hot phone. There's Willie Griswold.
Good morning.
I'm Chick, and here's Tom.
Thank you very much. Do you want to squeeze one more in, Pat?
He was totally ready to go out the door.
No, I'm not. No, I have things up. I've got, you were talking about gardening naked. I had a song ready for that.
You do?
Yeah.
Go.
Well, let's hear it.
Okay. Here we go. This is exciting.
Here it is now.
I like to work in the garden, buck naked, walking around nude in the yard. All sowing my seed in my birthday suit, using a hoe when it gets too hard. All cropped and trimmed, looks outgrowing, all for all my neighbors to see. I'm into horticulture in the buff, the way that God made me. A little dirt on my knees, I get some sun on my tush. I like to plant my tulips by the bush. Oh, I'm garden naked, out nude in the yard. You want a second verse, Tommy?
I like this very
My
much.
cucumber someday could be your pickle. My peanuts ready to sprout. When it comes to wearing clothes outdoors, I'd rather go without. Oh, the pussy willow. Keep it moist. Roses, watch out for thorns. They could tear my bulbs up pretty bad. Should I put shorts on? Well, now I'm torn. You gotta watch out for spider mites, snails, and ants when you're working in the garden without no pants. Oh, the bad your begonias. Last spring I got pneumonia. Oh, gardening naked, out nude in the yard. Good morning, Miss Jenkins. Are you enjoying the view?
Thank you very much. That was lovely.
Time now for Today in History. Here's Tom.
1900.
1900.
Louis Lassen creates what is considered to be the first hamburger.
Really?
Cool.
Somewhat controversial.
Thank you, Louis.
Everybody shut up.
What do you mean?
Was it in Hamburg?
That I do not know.
Why is it controversial?
Look it up.
Oh, he was said to be crazy, and
Oh.
yeah, they took him away in a paddy wagon.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a shame, isn't it?
A paddy wagon. Oh, well. He finally hurt you,
Sorry.
did he?
Okay, 1932, the first feature-length zombie movie called White Zombie.
It's a good one.
1932.
Bela Lugosi.
Wow, I didn't know that. So
Is that where they got the name for their
the
band?
band, yeah. The band's name. I didn't know that. Band's named after them.
I did not know that.
Let's see, 1951, Alice in Wonderland, the Disney version is released.
Never cared for it. It creeps me out.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah. A lot of weirdos in that.
1978, the movie Animal House is released.
Never cared for it. A lot of creeps in that. Never cared.
I
Creeps
love
me out.
Animal House.
And not everybody understood
too.
that it was kind of mocking the boys. Not everyone.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Not everybody
Now,
picked up
is it
on
Tim
that.
Matheson that stars in that?
Yes.
He stars in that show Virgin River that I'm addicted to now, and he's like this old folksy doctor, and it's just so hard to see him like that.
You sort of picture him in the grocery store.
Yes, exactly.
Walking up to Dean Wormer's wife and going,
Remember that part in Animal House? The Germans? Don't worry about it. He's on a roll.
let's see. Happy birthday to Jim Davis. Garfield, one of the first celebrities to be a curmudgeon. Don't you think?
Garfield?
Garfield.
Oh, sure.
I'm
Yeah.
proud of it. I'm proud of it.
Hates Mondays.
Happy birthday,
And normal.
1954, Hugo Chavez. He'd be a lot more popular if they had a cool T-shirt like Che Guevara, don't you think?
Yeah. Yeah, Che's manager was good.
Yeah. Hey, look, Che, we're going to cut your hands off, but the merch is going to be great. Let's see. Happy birthday. I'm not sure who this is. Soulja Boy?
Oh, Soulja Boy.
Yeah.
Soulja.
S-O-U-L-A.
Yeah.
Soulja Boy.
Superman. That thing.
Yeah.
He kind of changed the music industry. He was the first guy to get a lot of hits on YouTube, and you could argue that he really kind of encouraged streaming and folks listening on YouTube.
Well,
Soulja Boy.
Thank you for your service, Soulja Boy.
Don't say it.
That seems insensitive.
Do not attribute any sort of heroism.
Oh, he's not a soldier? I'm sorry.
Kiss me through the phone.
Stolen valor is what it is? Okay.
I don't think that's what he was going for.
I don't think it was either.
Suggested it just now, though.
Okay, if I'm
The
sorry.
old stolen valor.
Now, I want everybody to send us your old sayings from your grandma and your grandpa.
I think everybody has.
Yeah, I
I cannot get enough of
They are great. I love them too.
Son, you don't look at the mantle when you're poking the fire.
Concentrate on what you're doing, I guess?
No, it means that it doesn't matter how she looks. You're poking the fire.
Well, I think it does matter how she looks.
Well, I didn't see all these are wise.
It's at least half
Just
the
saying
ball
that
game, I
They're
think.
floating around out there. What did we learn on today's show?
You're dating big, tall Ethel. You don't want to. Time now for Things We Learned, brought to you by Napa Auto Parts. Wasn't she the ugly girl in...
Ethel?
Yeah,
League of Their Own.
Archie and Jughead?
Oh, maybe. Oh, I don't remember.
I'm not
That
sure.
name sounds Ethel-y.
Had a big Adam's apple.
Miss Grundy, wasn't that the teacher?
Yep, Grundy. Napa Auto Parts, 6,000 stores, 17,000 auto care centers. That's Napa. Pat Godwin looking great today. His shirt is pressed. It's a nice ecru. Just one.
To the nines, they say.
It's short sleeve.
Too kind. Too kind.
No problem with it. We opened the show with an Ace Cosby joke, and we decided to go ahead anyway.
Trying to top it.
Tom really loves cupcakes. He really does. Especially the size cupcakes are now.
They're huge. Really the best.
I enjoy smelling like a rose. That's right.
Yeah.
I would say that's my favorite scent.
What is the name of your special soap that you use?
A Molten Brown. Moulton Brown. No E.
Is that a company or is that just an...
Yes, it's company.
The soap that was in the place on vacation, they had Molten Brown.
England. Very good. 34 days is how long it took 4 female rowers. Well, I don't know why she's not rowing. Well, she hates me right now. I don't know what the problem.
Oh, that's a brave haircut.
34 days go row from California to Hawaii.
I'd never wear those shoes with
And again, Jess, they're making a movie out of that.
Oh, yeah. What are they going to call it?
Life of Pies.
Yeah.
Vagina.
Went
And
over about that well the first time. This time he had a carryover laugh.
And today's
Christy laughing about something else kind of bled into it.
Yeah.
Anniversary of this song being released. Josh hates...
Oh, I got all tangled.
Tangled up in you?
Josh hates monkeys.
I do, man. They give me the creeps.
All monkeys.
And we learned about new ways to delineate quantities of money. For example, that's right. You can loan me 2 till Lou comes through.
Does all the songs sound like watered down Allman Brothers? Is that what it's?
No, not at all. It's got this funky clavinet.
This is a lesser song.
You gotta go.
That's your secret.
So it's a song
and
called,
I'm going to win the Mega Millions.
Okay,
and
King
if I
Grant
do,
is the name of the song.
I'm going to give each and every one of you people
King Grant?
$50. No, I'll give you each $1 million when I win.
Okay, thank you, sir.
What do you think of that?
Appreciate it.
Perfect. You
$1
got the
million
tickets?
bucks, except Godwin.
Okay.
Yeah,
This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Want to share something? Send us an email. BobandTom@bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show.